Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, let me wear my ring. Greetings. Welcome, welcome. Hey Nicholas, Dreamheart. Yuki, hey Yuki, how you doing? How's our people on YouTube? Hello, hello. Wow, we got someone. Is that Calispera? Yeah, that's Greek too. Hello, hello. No problem, Baron. Good to have you. Welcome, welcome. The news, guys, the news. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have a good one. We're gonna have a good one today. We're gonna have a good one. Thank you, Yuki. Yeah, it's a good shirt. Maybe next stream I'm gonna wear Metallica, but today I was more into the Iron Maiden. Freedom Fallout, good to see you here. Welcome, guys. Gonna have a good one. Gonna have a good one. There you go. How do you like this whitewashing? How do you like this one? Oh my god. Man, you'll see today. Oh my gosh. You can get ready for snarky. All right. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's go. All right, so that was Golden Axe music, by the way, for anyone who wants to know. Always sharing my secrets. PlayStation 2 remaster, in fact. Wilderness, best music in the game. Second best music in the game is Turtle Village, and this is not even like, you can't question it, you can't have a different opinion, you can't tell me, well, yeah, but this music as well. No, it's these two. You could choose which one you prefer, but you can only have a choice between these two. Hello, noble ones, how you doing? So good to see you. So good to see you. You know what? It's getting a little hot, so I think I'm gonna have to go turn the air on. White supremacist in the meantime. Thank you. Be right back. Mind you, among other things, I'm gonna unbox this Chun today, and then we're gonna have a poll to see which color you like best. So do stay, because we're gonna have a good time with this. But first, holy moly, the news. You know, just when I thought I had seen it all, ladies and gentlemen, Marvel pulls this on me. Marvel pulls this one on me. I swear, I don't even know. Am I living in an alternate reality? Is that what happened? I haven't got a clue, but man, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to, I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm going to say thank you to Ray Gonzalez, the man, my man. Thank you for the support. It's great to finally have some representation. Man, this live stream. Yeah, I already know it's going to be a mess. It wasn't diverse enough for me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go out. I'm just going to out and say it, guys. So this is what's happening. All right, just to give you a little situation. So we've got a few articles, and the situation is getting a little out of hand, because let me just read you the title of the articles because before we dive in. And today I'm gonna give you some spicy. Get ready with your clips. Marvel Comics introduces, how the heck do you read this? T'Challa, but let me know in the comments. You'll definitely, because you'll love it like that. You'll tell me no Metatron is technically pronounced. Okay, you tell me. I'll read T'Challa for now. Marvel Comics introduces T'Challa's white son, Katima. Man, you can't get more white than that with that name. As future Black Panther, King of Wakanda. Did I wake up in a parallel universe today? What on earth is going on? But anyways, yeah, so we're going to read this, which was released on the day of my birthday, which was yesterday. Thank you so much, anyone, by the way, popping by and popping by. I don't know why I said popping by. Popping by, I had a Twix. It's already gone, so sorry. No Twix for you. But yeah, we're going to review this. We're going to see the comics. We're going to see what's going on, because I was not expecting this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, so there is that. Then we're gonna see that this is another article that says Daily Mail, and it says Marvel's fans erupt after new Black Panther is revealed as white. I'm interested to see that well, maybe because it's a name, I'll give them that, because I'm noticing that they're not doing upscale for W, but they're doing upscale for B. But maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's because it's a name. Okay, this is a name. This is not. All right, we'll see. Anyways, we'll review it. So, outraged. People are outraged. Can't believe it. Not only is he white, he's blonde. This is terrible. Oh, I have an idea though. You know what? I think I know what's going on. And you'll see, guys. I mean, I'll share my position on this, and then I'll say something, and I'll say it very soon. I'm gonna say something in a minute. We're gonna get a yellow dollar sign, if not a red dollar sign, if not a complete blockage of this stream live. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say something, and it's spicy, guys. It's gonna be probably one of my spiciest takes. And we'll see, guys. You're here to see. You're here to see the fall of the angel. Are you ready? You're here to see it. Witness it. Witness it, anyways. Another article is Marvel's Marvel's white Black Panther. I'm sorry, at this point it would be a white panther. But anyways, such a thing doesn't exist. But whatever. Marvel's white Black Panther reveal in Marvel's Knights columns. The world to come sparks fan outrage. 2 minutes. We can do 2 minutes of idiocy, can we? 2 minutes of idiocy. We could do it. No, this does not look like an albino to me, my friend. This is a Nordic. This is a blonde guy with blue hair. And you know, there is a little speech bubble top left here, which has been censored here. I'll show you what it says. Oh my God, it's not albino. This is not an albino. You've never seen an albino if you think that's an albino, you muppet. Next. Then anyways, after all of this, today, we've got a lot of things happening today. As I told you, we're going to have a poll, and we're going to unbox Chun-Li, the legend. We're going to unbox Chun-Li. We're going to compare her with blue Chun-Li, and then you'll decide which one is going to be displayed on my thing. So you'll decide that. We'll do that democratically. And then we're going to check out the Witcher 4 tech demo. So after we're done with all of that, I've got a special surprise for you. It's massive. You want to stay until the end. Is this my way to manipulate the audience? A little bit. But it's true, though. It's not clickbait. This is real. We're going to have... There is something here right next to me. It's in a bag. The bag is blue. And has a little bit of an orange accent. Okay? I'm not going to give it... Well, this is the hint for now. I'll give you another hint in about an hour. See if you can figure out what's right next to me. It's going to be... Wow, guys. It's going to be huge. Anyways. That's what we've got for today. It's going to be a fantastic live stream. Phenomenal. Anyways, I'm just gonna say my stuff so that we get done with it. Okay, just let me have a look at the chat first, and then I'm gonna say my controversial take of the year. And after I say it, we'll see if the stream is suspended. If it is suspended, it was a pleasure to meet you guys. It was fantastic. They're gonna knock on my door today. They're gonna knock because I'm gonna say something massive. I'm gonna say something massive. Anyways, let me see what people are saying in chat. We've got a hell yeah from Yuki. Oh hell yeah. More content, absolutely. That's how you say his name. Hey, will you look at that? You know, 20 years of language learning, I guess, did something. How's everyone doing today? Very well, Spencer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can't wait to hear it. Yeah, you wait. You like surprises? We're gonna have a very phenomenal surprise. Let's see if we can get the surprise maybe 1 hour in. Okay, so now we're starting. 59 minutes on the clock. I'll give you a hint in 30 minutes, guys. That's what's going to happen anyways. Maybe. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Yeah, and then what's going on here? Let me see. Hey, Joe, Iron Maiden. That's it, my friend. I mean, look at me. What did you expect? What did you expect? Look at me. Although I'll tell you this much. Did I ever tell you what happened on my second channel when it was still growing? It didn't have much of a following, and one day I'm just making my regular videos. This is not the hot take, by the way. This is just a funny anecdote. I was just having my regular thing, and I was wearing a Metallica shirt, and my head down as usual. And then in the comments, someone said to me, they said, "Hey, Metatron, I love your content and language, fantastic. I noticed the long hair." And then they said, "Are you transitioning?" You know what I knew at that moment? That person was born, 100% that person was born after the year 2005, at least. Because let me tell you this much. Number one, if I was transitioning, why wouldn't I shave? And that's the first one I'm going to say. But anyways, when I'm from, if someone is wearing a Ride the Lightning t-shirt, Metallica, and has got long hair, the first thought is this guy is a metalhead. But that's where we live now. So anyways, yeah, so that happened. But regardless, it's always good. I always love to. So yeah, I responded very politely and I said, no, I just like long hair. Regardless, yeah, so that's one thing out of the way. Now that you know what's gonna happen today, I'm just gonna check very quickly how we're doing. Go some people. Yeah. Because I better say it now, so maybe that reduces the chances. Right, guys. Here's the big take. Okay. Here's the big take. I know it's a lot. I know it's much. I might give you PTSD after this because I'm just gonna go all out and all in. But I'm just gonna say, wouldn't it be better to get a black king of Wakanda and a white Professor Snape? Unbelievable, Metatron. Vile. How dare you? Cancelled immediately. Cancelled. Gone. Out of the way. That's too much. Even for you, Metatron. I thought you were a moderate. This is disgusting, Metatron. How could you say that? How could you? Man, I've been subscribed for all these years. Is the stream still on? I don't know, guys, because that's a vile take. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's as I say, triple strike. Man, I'm gonna get a combo like square triangle, Tekken. You know it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's a big one. It's a mass unsubscribe immediately. Metatron, we thought you were a moderate. We thought you were a guy just logic and reasons, no hatred. But now you go out and say this. No, you don't do that. I'm sorry, you crossed the line. This is too much. Unbelievable, guys. Can't believe it. What a hot take. What an unbelievable. Man, that was rude. I know. I apologize, but it's just one of those things. I had to say it. I'm sorry. Thank you, 8-Bit Zeus. Nice Iron Maiden shirt. Thank you, man. I own a Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon shirt myself, but I love Maiden just as much. Yeah, I love Maiden, and Pink Floyd is great, but my favorite would be old school Metallica, and I liked Nirvana back in the day too. But hey, Stratovarius. Have you ever heard of that? Sell the Metatron coin right now, guys. It's gonna go down in value. Metatron coin minus 300%. You better go for it, guys. Sell it now. This was a lot. This was a lot. Anyways, we're gonna. Buonasera, buonasera. Hello, hello. How are you? Shut it down. Shut it down, guys. Thank you, Jasper Owens. You're the man. Every live stream my man has got. You've got it in your calendar. Or you got the best memory on the planet, man. Jasper Owens. Thank you for gifting a Metatron membership. Very, very much appreciated, particularly with these kind of takes that I do. Mind you, I know I'm joking, but you know what is not joking? Do you want to know what is not joking? I'll show you what's not joking. I'll show you right now. That might have been a joke, but you know what's not a joke? Content. Alright, so behind the scenes, my channel just posted, very nice. Click live tab. Boom, yellow dollar sign. Thank you. Yellow dollar sign. Very much appreciated. For what? Because I just said that the situation in Paris is insane. Apparently you're not supposed to say that. So I'll still say it though. So thank you for the memberships, because I'm still going to say it. Also manually reviewed, by the way. Manually reviewed, confirmed, double down. Absolutely. You're not making money off of this, Metatron. No, don't you dare. See if you're going to say that again. See if you're going to speak about Europe again. How dare you. That was disgusting. The good thing, though, is that my chill stream had a red dollar sign and it was corrected. Because there was a music that got a little strangely... whatever. Anyways, this is where we are, guys. This is where we are. Live streaming for you from Wakanda, and I hope that you... I mean, how do you know it's not true? Now that we've got a president, apparently, how do you know it's not true? I could be streaming, I could live streaming from Wakanda right now, and you couldn't know. You couldn't know. So let me have a look. What have we got? Let's see. Punk rock girls dyeing their hair blue, green, etc. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a different thing, isn't it, now to how it was in the 90s, Dave Ross. Thank you for the support. Yeah, it's all about political views, isn't it? It's just one of those things. What can you do? Well, we could laugh about it, so I'm happy to laugh, always. But yeah. Anyways, I want to thank you all, guys, for being here, and I would like to take a moment to tell you about the kind sponsor that made this video possible, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm joking. No Raid Shadow Legends today. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, Dave the Perv. Yeah. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Have you guys seen the metal bands per million per country meme? No, no, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Raid Shadow Legends, guys. That was great. Alright, let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's see what the heck is going on. Marvel Comics introduces T'Challa's white son, Katima, as a future Black Panther and King of Wakanda. Anyways, in a move that is sure to cause the exact explosion of discourse it was intended to, here I am, Marvel Comics has kicked off their latest visit to the Marvel Knights imprint with the revelation, man, they're going getting biblical on me, that at some point in the near future of Earth 616, T'Challa will find himself challenged for both Wakandan throne and the Black Panther by its heir. Remember the H is mute, you Muppets? Apparent, his blonde-haired, white-skinned son, Katima. Well, first of all, whoever is writing this, before I state the obvious, but whoever is writing this, you need to make your mind, because I just want to see this very quickly. Yeah. Here we are. So, this is, can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? It is he will be a mixed race son. And who's the mother? Who's the mother? But that's what we're going to investigate today. You know me. You know me. That's what we're going to investigate today. We're going to figure it all out. Yeah, you know what? This is the moment, guys. This is the moment for the filter, the greatest filter for the investigation, which is beginning I need a little. There we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. And the investigation begins. Metatron on the job. Metatron on the job. Call 911. Metatron on the job. The private eye. The private eye, guys. Welcome to the sardonic banter of the private eye. This is going to be great. This is going to be a great day. I already know it. Thank you very much, Ray Gonzalez. 007, my friend. Thank you so much. The author of that comic is black. Yeah, I know. I know. The writer is black. Absolutely. Which is why I'm just trying to figure it out. The situation... Ooh, the situation is getting... complex. But... yeah. So anyways... I'm just imagining this. So if this guy... So this guy is fighting for the throne of Wakanda. What happens? The Blondatron? I don't think that's gonna happen. But what happens if he actually does get the throne? You're gonna have a white guy sitting on a throne surrounded by black subjects? How is that good, man? This is crazy because it's gonna make everyone hate them. Because like one side is gonna hate them because of that image. And the other side is gonna hate them because they're gonna be like, are you trying to say white bad guy? White equals bad guy? Everyone is gonna hate them. Everyone is gonna hate them. The Blondatron. Yeah, I need blue eye contacts, I suppose. Yeah, and yeah, I'm a little too dark of complexion when it comes to hair and eyes. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I can pass for Germanic in any way, shape, or form. So I can't get more Southern European than me. But here we are. I mean, yeah, Detective Metatron is on the job. Mamma mia. Anyways, what if they're gonna do a live action of this? Who's gonna be the actor? Who are they gonna cast? Who are they gonna cast? A Scandinavian guy for the King of Wakanda? Next. Let's see. Wakanda finds itself on the precipice. Okay. Related, don't care. Unbelievable as it may seem, this twist to Wakanda's canon was confirmed in the debut issue. It is an issue, isn't it? Of Christopher Priest and Joe Quesada's new Marvel Knights, The World to Come miniseries. The latest title in the Marvel Knights imprint, as originally created by Quesada to denote those books that were a bit too edgy for the publisher's general audience, The World to Come flings readers into the near future of the Marvel Universe to find a Wakanda embroiled in political unrest. Yep. As a new resistance group known as the Aquamarines wages an ongoing coup attempt against the country's traditional ruling regime. I'm gonna have to try and figure out why they went for Aquamarine, but that's a lot of words. You're right, Baron. Absolutely. Yeah, I know, villain. Yeah, the author is black. The author is black. So didn't the author also write some of the comics in the Spider-Man universe? I might be wrong. I'm not like the hugest Marvel fan, I'll be honest. I like Marvel, but I'm not like someone who watches Marvel a lot. So the mostly I watched on Netflix, on Sky Netflix. I did watch. What did I watch? I watched Daredevil. I actually liked it a lot. I watched Luke Cage. I thought it was great. Yeah, wait for the next episode. Could you imagine an episode of Luke Cage where the King of Harlem is going to be a white guy with, I don't know, anyways. So yeah, no, I watched those. Did I watch Spider-Man? No. Or maybe I did. I actually don't even remember. The fact that I don't remember already tells you. Oh, you need to know. Reno says, are we sure he's not supposed to be the villain? Oh, no, I do think he's the villain, but we'll figure it out. We'll see. I don't want to... Let's read. The latest title in the Marvel Knight... Okay, I've already read that. Yes, next. Boom. Okay, it's well drawn. I'll give him that. The artists are good. So anyways, as to how the world's most advanced nation found itself in such a state of disarray, it is soon revealed that the heart-shaped dominoes began to fall when its current king, T'Challa, is met with a formal combat challenge for the throne by his son, Katima, a formidable masked warrior, there is a revelation thing, who has found himself fed up with his father's indifference towards his people's autonomy. Well, now sounds like he's the good guy then. I mean, I'm sorry, but now it feels like, people's autonomy. They use the word regime. I'm a little confused. Man, this is going to be a mess. Though he easily proves himself to be more the more competent warrior, T'Challa's find himself unable to bring the challenge to an end, as thanks to his son's adamant refusal to voluntarily surrender, the only way to do so required him to outright kill the Katima, mistaking his father's mercy as patronization. What? Why patronizing? Do they even know what these words mean? I would say mistaking his father's mercy as weakness, not patronizing. Who's writing these? Katima ultimately brings this to a close after he flies into a rage, in doing so taking his father by surprise and dropping him with a brutal 3-hit combo. I told you it was going to be a 3-hit, guys. I told you there was going to be a 3-hit combo. Next. So that's the combo. 1, 2, 3. So it's basically it's left to the rib cage, right hook to the face, and then a knee to the solar plexus. GG. So Masked Warrior, my gosh, who is this guy? Everyone is asking. I don't know. Let's read it. Blame who you will, traitorous lord. The destiny is your doing. Set in motion before. No, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? Unbelievable. Metatron. Sorry. Round 2.
Blame who you will, traitorous lord. This destiny's your doing, set in motion before I could even walk. I am king now. Wakanda.
So I just read that. From now on, that's going to be his voice. Thank you very much, Daniel the Muppet. Ciao, Raf. Just watch your collab with Tyrant on the Trident. Great stuff. Ooh, thank you. I didn't know it was posting it today. We'll watch it together. We'll check it out. We'll do that. Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. That was really funny. And fun. Perfect voice. Thank you, Yuki. Appreciate. Next. With T'Challa unable to stand, Katima turns to the elders of Wakanda and formally declares himself the country's new top cat. I swear who writes these. Proclaiming, open quotes. Sorry, open quotes, guys. You gotta deal with this today.
I am king now. Wakanda's mine.
Boom. Metatron, the new voice actor. The new Black Panther proceeds to remove his mask and reveal himself to his Muppets. No, sorry, to his new subjects. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for the reveal? For the revelation? For Revelation's Book of John? You ready in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Is mine. He's saying, you see, Wakanda, ... is mine. A white guy saying Wakanda is mine. Are they out of their mind? Are they out of their mind? Oh my gosh. Man, this is insane. This is insane. Anyways, and much to their surprise, rather than a black-skinned African, T'Challa's son sports far paler skin and blonder hair than his fellow countrymen. That is the weirdest way to describe it. Could you imagine, like, we're describing Chun-Li, and I tell you, look, her dress here is, what did they say? Wait. It's much to the surprise, yeah, sports, this dress sports a far less blue color than the regular color. Just say it. Just, man, they're scared to speak. T'Challa's son sports paler and blonder hair. Blonder hair. Talking about this guy. Blonder is comparative. Okay? It's comparative. Right? The blondest is superlative. Blonder is comparative. Which means which one is taller? They're both certain amount of height tall. Which one is taller? Far blonder sort of implies that he was also blonde, which he was not. I don't even know, guys. I don't even know, but man, this is ridiculous. Anyways, I will support all the troll no matter the color. Appreciate that. WTF, I know, man. This is nothing. This is nothing. I'm a member over there, so I may have seen it early. Oh, I see. So it was a member thing first, and then he's going to post it, I guess. Is he going to ever post it? Anyways, this is hilarious, guys. This is hilarious. You know, today I have several massive takes. You can tell the writers were short-circuiting and feeling pain writing. They're absolutely, Yuki, 100%. But let me tell you this much. Some people only see the world in black and white. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Some people see the world in black and white, and I feel sorry for those people because nuance, context, intent, feeling, all of that is gone, and they lose it all. Whatever. The world is black and white, guys, for some people. With T'Challa's unable to stand, Katima turns in, we did it. Proclaiming, blah, 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 new kings, his subject, great. As much to their surprise. Well, yeah, I mean, this is Wakanda, for crying out loud. Rather than a black-skinned African, we got it. Fellow countrymen is mine. Yeah, look, Wakanda in black and white. The next, the host, that's gonna be... Why could... People are obsessed these days. People are absolutely obsessed. I swear. It's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. We live in an era, in an epoch, where people are absolutely obsessed with skin, and I don't know why. At current, outside of his existence, physical appearance, and hatred for his father, no further details have been presented regarding Katima's background. Yeah, like, where is he from? Notably, the issue reveals that at some point following his divorce from X-Men mainstay Storm, T'Challa's reunited with his first fiancée, Monica Lynn, and the two eventually became pregnant. No, she became pregnant. It annoys me when people say that. We are pregnant. I'm not pregnant. It's the wife that gets pregnant, but whatever. Yeah, so let me check. If I remember her being black, to be honest, but again, I could be wrong because I don't know anything when it comes to Marvel, so I'm learning with you. Let's do a little exploration, guys. This is Detective Metatron on the job. Yeah, I was right. I'm sorry, but what? So this is the ex, and yeah, she's a black woman. Now, given there are situations, extremely rare situations, where even if both parents are black, the child could be white. But I think it's only like for albinos, if I'm not wrong. I don't know if I could be wrong. Maybe there are instances, but what? It's either that or it's another woman. If the other woman is white, then it's not automatic. Like when you have mixed race children, and one of the two parents is black, there is a higher chance, because it's a dominant trait, that the child will look like the dad if the dad is black. But it's not automatic. So sometimes it depends. It could also look like the mum, and if the mum is white, it could be you could have a child who looks white even though one of the parents is black. It's not automatic. But I'm still a little confused here by the way the article is writing. Is it an adopted son? Well, there we go. OG says, yeah, exactly. So thank you for confirming. OG Kaz, I'm mixed myself, but I'm on the whiter side. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's just a matter of percentages. It's like when you have like a couple and one, like for instance, I have dark eyes and my wife has green eyes. It's more likely that the kids will have dark eyes, but it's not impossible that a kid will have either green or maybe even blue, considering the grandparents on my, because I am, Italian. My what do you call it? My surname is in Latin. Like we are, the heritage comes from Latium, so Central Italy. There is a little bit of Spanish in my family as well, but on my wife's side, so we're very Southern European, like the whole family, both sides. But when it comes to my wife, they are German and Irish. So there is a percentage. It's not very high, but there is a percentage. But usually, darker traits tend to be dominant. Usually. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is are blue eyes common in Italy? I wouldn't say common, but I think the last time I checked, considering that if we want to associate mostly blue with blonde, although you do have people with black hair and blonde and blue eyes. I've met a few, not that commonly, but you do meet them. But even if you want to look at blonde people where blue eyes are more common usually, then I think in Italy it's like a 15% of Italians have blonde hair. So it's not that common, but you do run into Italians with with blue eyes. I was about to say blue hair, with blue eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Next. Let's have a look. So, anyways, where were we? Sorry, where were we? I love this expression in English. Where were we? We were here. Where were we? We were here. Where were we? We were we. Where were we? Right. So, given Katima's complexion, it seems unlikely that Monica, a black woman, is his actual mother. Right, but even well, yes, exactly. Monica, a black woman, is very unlikely, I would say. Yes. So, who's the mother? The current speculation suggests that the new king of Wakanda, man, it's so funny to read it that way, by T'Challa's son by another yet to be introduced woman or an orphan he adopted and brought into his legacy, a la Batman and his various Robins. I understand. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense. But she's pregnant here, so I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. And it should also be noted that in regards to the canon status of Katima and his time ruling over Wakanda, the exact classification of Marvel Knights of World to Come is a bit complicated. While every book that has thus far released under the Marvel Knight banner has been set firmly in the Earth 616, okay? The fact that a World to Come takes place at a vague point in the future invites confusion around whether or not the book is considered full-on mainstream canon. I see. So we'll have to see if it is full mainstream canon. But regardless, could you imagine if they make a live, yeah, it's basically, we read the whole thing, written by Spencer. Thank you, Spencer, for enlightening us. This is the first. We've got a few more, guys. We've got a few more to read. But up to this point, I'm literally going to ask, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're going to, literally, it's either, I'm going to call it now. And if I'm wrong, I'll say it, okay? If I'm wrong, I'll say it. But I have a feeling that it's one or two things. The most probable, the most likely being the latter, the second. The first possibility is that this is some kind of response to the fact that in the media we've had a lot of the opposite, particularly when it comes to not only historical characters, which is usually where I stand against, but also in general in the comics and entertainment industry and pop culture and video games and whatever you want, where we have had a lot of white characters being turned black, and so they did this to be like, okay, then now we're doing the opposite. Also because this has been a meme. I don't think that this is the case, but I'm saying I like to kind of present all possibilities and then have a little bit of an analysis, comprehensive analysis. You know me. And this has been a meme. I don't know if you're aware, but this has actually been a meme for a while. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about this, which is not real. This is not real. People have been doing this in response to so many characters that are racially swapped for virtual signaling and dog whistle and all that. And then they did this, which is fan art, saying, well, I want to see you do this. So one way to look at this would be this black author actually did it. He actually did it. It took the meme and literally did it. The only way this would work is if this guy ends up not being an evil character. The second possibility, so if he did that, I'm going to give him respect. Not because I like it, actually. I personally don't. I think I would never want to see a white Blade. I like Blade the way he looks. I'm the preservation guy, and the preservation works both ways. So personally, I don't like this. But if he did it, if a black author did this just to sort of like speak against what has been happening, just to make people explode, I can respect that. But I would still tell him, you don't need to do that, man. I mean, it's Wakanda. Just give it a black leader. What on earth? So I still don't support it. But the other possible way to read this, is that this is going to be a way to speak against white supremacy, colonialism, white man bad, the good people need to take him out because he's an oppressor. If that's where they're going, it's going to be so cringe to read that at that point it's just going to be virtual signaling and dog whistle and that kind of stuff, which then is going to turn into a political thing. Now, do I particularly care? No, because this is not a series I care about. So as far as I'm concerned, they can do whatever they want. But I feel that I would be a hypocrite if I didn't bring it up now, because if it is a case of actual whitewashing, then I have to speak against it, because I've always spoken against the blackwashing of white characters. Now, given this appears to be a new character, so at least they didn't take the actual Black Panther and turn him white, which would have been worse. However, it doesn't really make much sense within the law, so I would say no. But if they're doing it because they're actually going into the white man bad, then it's horrible. Like, what are you doing? Like, at that point, it feels racist. At that point, it feels racist. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens, guys. But I just want to be, coherent with my line of standing, okay? And I'm just gonna say, I think freaking Wakanda, just like Luke Cage, they don't need to whitewash characters in this setting. Particularly, it's called freaking Black Panther, man. I mean, we complained about Snow White not being white, which is absolutely ridiculous. They even changed. That was crazy. Not that it's just annoying, by the way. It's just cringe. It's not like Cleopatra, because that's history and it pisses me off, and I think it has some danger to it. But comics, it's just cringy. That's why we talk about it's cringy. So they take Snow White. She's called Snow White because her skin is white as snow. And so they have to take a person who doesn't have white skin to be Snow White. And then they're going to say, they don't know if you know this, but in the freaking thing, the live action movie, they had to justify and say, well, her name is Snow White because she survived this white storm of snow. And so she was named. It was just ridiculous. So that was stupid. As I say, I think Professor Snape should be white. You can hate me all you want. But at the same time, Black Panther, man. Black Panther, Blade, they are traditionally black characters. I personally think it would be wrong to turn them into a Nordic guy. With that being said, before I really make a definitive stance, I have to say why they're doing it. I have to say why they're doing it. That's what I need to see. Okay, so that's the situation. That's the situation. Yeah. Yeah, that's well, let me introduce you to White Panther, King of Wakanda. How'd you like it? Lady Jennifer, don't worry. So I can just summarize the entirety of the stream up to this point. This is the new King of Wakanda. This is the new King of Wakanda, guys. At this point, they should have chosen albino. At least there would have been a little more representation. Am I right? If you really want to go down that road. Goodness gracious, what's going on? What world am I living in? It is funny, though. It is funny. And VK says, who cares what his color is? Why does this matter? Exactly. But you can't use it on me. I'm not the one swapping, you muppet. I'm not the one swapping. It's the other people that are always obsessed. This original character is white skin. We don't like it. We need more representation. Let me put a black man, but if you say anything, you're a racist. Those are the people that you should go, if you're an intelligent man, you should go, and you're honest, you go to those people who are racially fixated and tell them, why does it matter? Why do you care? Not us. We're just responding. And I'm reacting to be fair and consistent. Not only do I react when they change historical characters, I also react when it comes to comics and Aragorn, freaking Aragorn. Why does it matter? Because I like the original character the way it is. Do I need to justify more? Why do I need to justify? I like Chun to be Chinese. If you turn her Italian, I'm an Italian, I will complain. Can I do that? Or am I not allowed? So, likewise, I will complain about this. How about that? Also, there is another possibility, and that is the fact that they're trying to push a message of white colonizer bad. And if that's happening, then it does actually matter. Because you should never, if you're truly anti-racist, you should never equate something evil with immutable characteristics of an entire group and then call yourself anti-racist. No, you shouldn't do that. So then it does matter. And if you don't think it matters, you're being brainwashed by propaganda. I'm just going to say it how it is, guys, yellow dollar or not, because thanks to you, and by the way, thank you, Ray Gonzalez. I remember Nick Fury was white. I don't remember who Nick Fury was. But yeah, so what's the thing about Aragorn? Oh, you don't know? I'll show you. I'll show you. Aragorn magic. You don't know? I'll show you. I remember when I talked about it, when I made a video about this. Yeah, that's fair. This is Aragon in Magic. They changed it from this to this. And if you don't like it, then you're a closeted racist, apparently. Here it is. And to me, this is a cool looking character, but it's not Aragon. This is not Aragon. So I will say it. Just as simple as that. And by the way, I did make a video about this, and someone was so butthurt about it that they made a post on Reddit. You know who got butthurt that they did this with magic? You know who got really offended? I'll show you. I'll show you who got offended and called my video, Metatron just dropped this turd of a video. You wanna see? Someone, I'll show you who. This guy on his Reddit a few years ago, this happened a few years ago, this guy was all offended, how dare I complain about, right, Aragon, and on that video I didn't just complain about Aragon, I actually stated that I love Blade, I want him to stay black, they shouldn't whitewash him, I did that, but he was so enraged. This guy, yeah, I know, Gabriel, this guy, this is the one guy who should have zero say when it comes to morality. Zero. Nothing. Your opinions mean nothing. You have a problem with that? Make a response video. Happy to tackle you. Anytime. Regardless of that, I'm on fire today. So anyways, this is the situation, guys, and I'm going to switch to the next article and see if we can learn something new about this situation. But I don't know if you noticed. My policy on the channel has changed a little bit. I'll give you, by the way, another hint of what I've got down here in a second. But my policy has changed a little bit in the last few years. In fact, in the last few months, I have to say, sorry, in the last few months. And the policy used to be, you know, I don't want to do drama too much. Very occasionally, I'll make a response video if it really matters. But otherwise, I won't tackle people and I'll just respond to people who are nice. And then the people that are being hateful, I just won't respond. My new policy is that now I respond to anyone. So if someone makes a video and they praise me, they are nice, they agree with my points, and it's a good video and it gets a decent amount of views, I'll make a response video and we can build on each other's ideas. If someone makes a video, they're respectful and civil, but they politely disagree with my takes, I'll make a response video and then we can see who is right, who is wrong. I'll admit if they're right, but I will stand my ground if I think I'm right. Likewise, if someone makes hate videos, I'm responding to all of them. And I've got a list. As you know, I've already gone through a few. I've done Alec Gunter after a year. That's why I did it after a year. By the way, it's because the policy has changed. And now I'm preparing a response video to another channel that I tried not to respond to because he's very small. And so I'm like, man, and I even told him, he's going to clip this, by the way. I told him and I said, listen, yeah, it's a crusade. It's the beginning of a crusade. And I told him, I said, I commented and I said, look, I see you're making these videos about me and my takes and whatnot, but you have such a small channel that I feel like this is not, how is this going to work? Like you're going to get flooded. I can try to tell people don't go and harass him, but you're going to get flooded. And then even if you make a response video, I'm going to get like 15 comments from your community of people calling me all sort of things. And you're going to get 1,000. And I know that this can be stressful, but he just kept going. And he recently made a video, keeps calling me a right-wing grifter. He keeps saying that my positions are racist. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'll just make it. At this point, I'll make it because he didn't just make videos about it. He made an entire channel. It's only dedicated to make videos that are like, I don't know, it's got like 7 or 8 hours of content just calling me. You'll see who it is. I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want to maximize this. I'll make a response video. If he's right on a few things, I'll still admit it. I'll tackle his insane points because they're ridiculous. And then I'll make one video. Then he can make 50 videos if you want. I'll make one. I'll do it. It's in the making. Low priority, but it's in the making. And so that's where we are. If people make videos about me, I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond now because I've been too protective of my own detractors. I've been too nice And I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's enough for me to say, don't harass, don't attack them, guys, don't go. It's fine. Let's attack the argument. But then some people still go. And so I'm like, maybe I should make sure, because I know it can be intense when people get nuts and due to the accusations, which are pretty strong. But then I'm like, why am I even defending my own haters? And so I did Alec Gunter. And yeah, we're going to do this guy as well. We're just going to do what we're doing, because at the end of the day, the rules of engagement, as far as I'm concerned, are the following, because I still have personal moral rules when it comes to how you engage with other content creators. I attack the argument, not the person. That still stands. Although then again, when they call me horrible things, then if they cross a line, I'll retaliate in kind. But I will never start that way. And usually I'll try to keep and attack the argument position. But the other thing is that, you know, at this point, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, guys. And this is how it is. That's how it's going to be. But yeah, as I say, that's it. So those response videos are happening. They're in the making. Low priority, but they're going to happen. Because at the end of the day, I also thought I post 30 times a month plus 20 streams. That's 50 uploads. I can do one for drama or two. Doesn't really change anything. And then I monetize it. So yeah. Monetize the haters. Absolutely. Thank you, Ray. To quote Eric July, monetize your haters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Totally. And yeah. I can't believe Marvel actually did this. Tell me about it, Otto. That's insane. But that's what we're trying to figure out, guys. That's what Anyways, let me give you... Yeah. I wouldn't respect every bully like that. Yeah, I know, Serralis. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just, you're just going to do it. I'm gonna, also because, I mean, it's hilarious. The accusations are so funny that I can even turn it into comedy at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's happening. And that's why I've been doing that. I've been selecting. And that's why I also tell creators, whenever I speak about them, make a response video. Do it. Do it. Anyone, do it. Let's go for it. Whatever, let's go. Yeah. Pietro Grifone, thank you very much. Pietro says, hi Metatron, hope you had a cool birthday yesterday. By the way, you are the least racist person on YouTube that I know of. Thank you, Pietro. And to be fair, I think you're right. I'll be honest with you. On this one, I'm not going to go for the humility route. No, I think you're right. But thank you. Appreciate that. Any comments on Elon's meltdown? I don't know, Dimitrios, to be honest. Today I had other things in mind. I did see that there was a little bit of a situation on X between Elon and Trump, but I don't really know. I haven't got a clue. And there are a few other things and a few games that have got my attention. And so, plus I was preparing for tomorrow's live stream, which is going to be about helicopters in ancient Egypt. You heard that one, right? So we're going to have a stream tomorrow. It's going to be great. I found some really good papers. And then I saw that this situation, but I don't know. Elon, King of Wakanda? I mean, the guy is from Africa. All right. So, White Panther. Here we are. Here we are, guys. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Spencer. You say, as a community, we should realize that harassment of other content creators can have a negative impact on Metatron by either the platform taking his channel down or the... Well, yeah, usually it's... In my opinion, as long as the creator doesn't push for attacks on other people, which some creators do, including trying to get people's jobs in situations like that, as long as the creator doesn't do that, and the creator at least puts his at the beginning of the video, a disclaimer encouraging people not to harass, well, that's it. Then what the audience does at that point is out of the creator's hand, because there's nothing you can do. You need to be able to, particularly when it's a response. It's not even like you trying to go and attack. And this is, in fact, the last thing I wanted to say when it comes to, I almost forgot, when it comes to the rules of engagement. For me, I never punch down unless they punch up first. And which means... yeah, I can still make a debunking video, but I'll always be respectful and still encourage people to go and watch, even if they have a smaller channel or a bigger channel, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to punching, so I'm actually attacking the channel, then I always punch up. So I will attack a channel with 3 million subscribers, I'll attack a channel with 5 million subscribers, but if the channel is 1,000 subscribers, I'm not going to punch down. But if the channel punches up, then the rules of engagement on YouTube, you're allowed to defend yourself and punch down, particularly if their videos are starting to get views, and so you're starting to get some attacks in the comment section at that point where you punched up. So don't play the victim. That's how I see it. Yeah, I always try to attack the argument and not the man, Gabriel. There are very, very few exceptions because I'm not a machine. I'm a human being. So occasionally I do get a little annoyed, but and sometimes I kind of lose it. But in general, I want to say 90% of times, I always attack the argument and not the person. And that's what I always strive to do. Will I always make it? No, occasionally, depending on what they say. But in general, that's what I do. All right, what have we got? Oh, yeah, I need to give you the hint before we continue. So, in the bag that I have right next to me, that I will show you as soon as we are done with the articles, we're going to go to round 2 of this stream full of surprises. In the bag right next to me, there are several items. One of these items is a Coke, and the other item is Pringles. That's the big hint, guys. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So if you understood what that is, stay. We're going to have a good time. Marvel fans are in uproar. How dare they? Strange they weren't in uproar every time they did the opposite. But anyways, after the debut of controversial new storyline that reimagines Black Panther's legacy with a shocking twist, the latest heir appears to be white. Appears. What do you mean appears to be white? The guy's white. Come on. What's appears to be white it's supposed to mean? This guy's got whatever. He appears to be white. The premiere issue of Marvel Knights, The World to Come, dropped Wednesday and introduced a new character named Katima, whom T'Challa, prince of the fictional African kingdom of Wakanda and the original Black Panther, refers to as his son, according to bleedingcool.com. The comic reveals that T'Challa fathered Katima with his early love interest, Monica. But what? Now they're saying that it's Monica. Monica is black. So this must have been one of those situations when you like roll the dice and hit, you roll like a percentage dice from 1 to 100 and you get 0.1% 5 times in a row. I mean, I don't know if it's that low. I do know that very occasionally it happens. In fact, there is a historical mention that when you talk about it, of was it one of the queens of? Oh gosh, maybe it's one of the Kandake that at one point, I don't remember if it's a Kandake. Anyways, it was one black queen in the mythology that in Africa that at one point as a child whose skin is white, and they say that it's because it's a connection to one of the deities. It's interesting. There is this thing, and it's real. It's from the ancient sources. But anyway, it's extremely rare. But yeah, does he have red eyes? I don't know. They look pretty clear to me. Gray, maybe gray. I have no idea. The comics reveal that T'Challa's father is Katima. We got it. But in a major shake-up, Katima grows to resent his father and ultimately challenges him for the throne. After defeating T'Challa in battle, Katima removes his mask, and lo and behold, only to reveal blonde hair, blue eyes. Guys, it's confirmed. Blue eyes. Blue, not gray, not red. This guy's got blue eyes. And distinctly Caucasian features. Right. Yeah, distinctively, I would say. Right. Black Panther. What if Ryan Gosling is coming to Marvel to play Black Panther after? Oh no, Ryan Gosling. Could you imagine? For those who don't, ooh, what did I click? I don't even know. There we go. Ryan Gosling. Wait, I need to show you if you don't know. If you don't know, could this be the new King of Wakanda, ladies and gentlemen? He needs to shave though. He needs to shave this goatee. He needs to shave the beard, and then we might be looking at the new King of Wakanda, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. What do you think? I think he's going to need some sunscreen, though. He's going to need some sunscreen. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, that's where we're at. This is the new reality. This is the new... Yeah, actually, 2012, now that he's been told he's going to be the King of Wakanda. This is perfect. Look at this. That's exactly the face you would make if you become the King of Wakanda. Am I right? This is ridiculous. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, right. The reveal sent social media into meltdown. They looked at this and thought it was a good idea. One user fumed. I can understand that. Another quipped, life is a horror movie in 2025. Just when I thought I had seen it all. The character of T'Challa was famously portrayed by this was Chadwick Boseman. I don't know if you know this, but he died at age 43 of cancer, which family man with his family, it was a colon cancer, I think. It was a very sad story of this guy, if you know, by the way. His Marvel, he would probably be turning around. Yeah, rest in peace, absolutely. He'd probably be turning around in his grave. In Marvel's Black Panther film, celebrated for honoring African culture and representation, right? And we definitely got some representation here, some Germanic representation right here. How do you like representation now? Almost done. This is a short one. Now fans are questioning whether the latest storyline undermines the legacy. Black Panther having a white son would be ridiculous, one person posted. I agree. While another raged, Black Panther is white! Marvel actually did the unthinkable and it's insane. Well, listen. I agree that this guy shouldn't be black, but why do you call it the unthinkable now after how many years of doing the opposite and you said nothing? I'm the only guy who is allowed to say this is unthinkable because I've been complaining about race swapping for the last 5 years. So I, having complained for all other situations, now can say, what on earth are you doing? I'm the guy who could say it. And anyone else who said this as well. Those who were like, no, it's actually fine because representation. It's okay, great. We got Germanic representation. You do not have a leg to stand on. Some even speculated about which actor, played the character in a future film. Man, this is gonna be. I guess he looks a little like Ryan Gosling. One fun role. He's a little younger. I think this guy is more handsome, to be honest, than Ryan. But bro, what the my gosh. Yeah. Anyways, I'm honestly looking forward to see where this is going. Just because it's ridiculous. Marvel's White Black Panther reveal in Marvel's Night column, The World to Come sparks fan outrage. Outrageous. How dare you. Marvel Comics has ignited a firestorm among fans. And you wait. So I told you, I'm going to repeat it for those who weren't here. They are going to be hated from the fans that want him black and consider this outrageous because how dare you, white man. And they're going to be attacked by the people on the other side who are going to say, wait, is this guy evil? Are you doing black man colonizer? So you can't please anyone with this choice unless the author is like a genius and he does a plot twist, and then we look at it and we're like, man, I can't believe it, I didn't see this. And he does something that I'm not thinking now. Unless that happens, this is going to piss off literally everyone on the planet. Everyone. I mean, at this point, Asian people are going to be like, excuse me, where is the Filipino one in Wakanda? Why a white guy? Why not a Filipino? I do have a feeling that they're trying to build the white supremacist colonist storyline, but maybe not. He does scream, Wakanda is mine. No, actually, no, he doesn't. I'll tell you what he screams. He screams,
Wakanda is mine.
That's what he screams. So that's one possibility. Or, as I was saying, in a twist of event, maybe the writer is one of those who is so annoyed by the continuous race swapping and the hypocrisy and the one-sidedness of the media, accepting and celebrating as brave and what is it? Stunning and brave whenever you change a white person into black, but the opposite, how dare you. Maybe he's like, no, I'm sick of this, it's nonsense, and then he did this just to be like, and now what you're gonna say, now you're gonna. So if he does that, I can see where he's coming from. Still, don't give me a white blade because I'm gonna flip the table. But I could see where he's coming from. So we gotta see it. Created by Joe Quesada, Christopher Priest, Richard Starkings, and man, what a surname. The comic depicts a tribal duel in Wakanda where Katima challenges and defeats T'Challa's, declaring, and again, I need to do it, guys. It's just I have no control over this.
I am the king now. Wakanda's mine.
Right. The shocking reveal has sparked intense debate, with fans questioning the decision to reimagine the traditionally black hero of African descent. Yeah, reasonably so. Absolutely. Is white the new black? I ask. We ask. Thank you, Ginger Baker. I mean, haven't they been... Did you hear about... Ooh, man, I'm opening a can of worms today. Did you hear about the new thing that is being happening on social media? Did you hear about the whole situation when now on TikTok certain creators are pushing this idea that gingerhead should be considered black? Did you hear this new thing on TikTok? We might go on to that later, but first I'm gonna finishing this and then I'm gonna, yeah. We live in a clown world. Clown world. The story set in the death, okay, weaves through flashbacks, including his marriages to Storm and blah, 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 conversation with his mother about securing an heir. During the duel, Katima expresses deep resentment, accusing T'Challa of using him as a pawn in a war against the clerics. Well, maybe he's not a bad guy then, who knows. Anyways, and endowed with weight, Katima claims to be the reborn in moral formation and endowed with truth, the righteousness of a king, true kings. Did they take inspiration from my channel? Because do remember, guys, I am the truth supremacist. So I'm starting to think I might need to file a cease and desist. Desist. I can't even say it. But I might need to file it anyways. Because I don't know, guys. Feels like they're copying me. He describes T'Challa as an unworthy father and a liar. Usually it's the opposite. Let me show you. Usually I'm the one, again, I'm the one. YouTube. Metatron. Liar. Where is it? I know it's here. Wait. Yeah, usually I'm the one who is, wait. Yeah, okay. So usually, I love it when people are so weak in their ability to confront someone who has a different opinion that they resort to be like, you must be lying, you're a liar. Just because they don't agree. So we got, for example, boom, this guy, fake, liar, scammer. Yeah, not a man of honor. How dare I? Officially fake, fish, great. Thank you, man. And then, how about we add... Metatron, liar, regrets. I love it when they use the where is it, the regrets one? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Where are you? I know you're here. Okay. I need to put it. I'll put it. Boom. Look at the irony of this thumbnail. By the way, you chose a really cool picture of me, Emotep, so appreciate that you make me look good. But he says that I lie to you. Says the man who lies on his title. Not even need to click it. He's lying on his title. He says, he said this about Afrocentrists and instantly regretted it. On Black Egypt? Okay. Emotep?
I regret nothing.
Hence, the man who says I lie, lies on his title. Who should you believe? Who should you believe? I regret nothing. Nothing. I regret nothing. Let's continue. So liar. M fuels the conflict, declaring T'Challa no king as long as Katima lives, intensifying their battle. Great. Fans have taken to platforms like X to voice their frustration. One critic wrote, let's go. Whenever a black-led, open quotes, whenever a black-led show or film gains mainstream success, there seems to be a push to diversify, or reinterpret the narrative in ways that dilute its original black-centered message. Well, on what planet, sir? It's the opposite. I agree with you that I don't want to see this happen. If there is a, like Luke Cage, don't need it. It's great. Just, right? But on what planet is this happening, sir? I don't know. Another stated, open quotes, fans want legacy and respect, not shock value that feels like a slap to Wakanda's identity, close quotes. Absolutely. A third added, open quotes, yeah, they complained when Marvel made Captain America a black man, too. People want consistency. Shocking. Third, I wish they put your name. I don't know your name. I'm just going to call you George. George, finally. Exactly. People want consistency because people like the characters that they grew up to love. And they enjoy being able to recognize them. It's not deeper than that. If someone who says that, and they just say, you know what, we got a list here. So we got a list of characters here, right? And someone tells you, ladies and gentlemen, here's the second take of the day. And someone tells you, I like Blanca Green. I like Guile to be a white American. I like Fei Long to be a Chinese. I like Balrog to be a black pugilist and a boxer. I like DJ to be a black Jamaican. I like Ken to stay an American. I like Chun-Li to be a Chinese. This, you don't need, if your mind is racing and you're starting to get frustrated and your blood pressure goes up and you're like, ooh, is this white supremacy and hatred and race? Just drop it. Okay, you're being indoctrinated. So take a moment, breathe. It's not deeper than I like Chun-Li to stay Chinese. It's not deeper than that. If you think it's deeper than that, you need to touch grass, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. Let's finish it. It's a fact, exactly, Tom. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's as simple as that. Speculation abounds about Kima's origins. Okay, we got it. As both T'Challa and Monica Lena Black, making a white biological son unlikely, blah, blah, blah. Reports and fan point to Nicole Adams. Who's Nicole Adams? Wait, who's Nicole Adams? Man, the investigation continues. Nicole Adams. Let's see. Nicole Adams. Nicole Adams. Do I need to say Marvel? Because I'm getting people that have nothing to do with... I see. Right. Yeah, I mean, sure. If it's, for what I see here, if this is Nicole Adams, then I can understand where they're coming from for like a mixed child, I suppose. But we'll have to see. Yeah. Cover issue as potential mother. There is okay. Fueled casting discussions about potential future black projects. Okay, great. That's the end. So, dear noble ones. Dear noble ones. I'm just going to say this. As a find, before we move, and I'll show you what I've got here in the bag. Can you hear it? I'm just going to say this. Just two words. Two words to come to a conclusion of all of this. Two words. Clown World. Thank you very much for watching the first section of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, the spice continues. As I'm going to show you now what we've just got. So let me just Google it. Let me Google it. I'll show you what I've got. I will show you what we've got, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? In 3. Wait, I need to make sure my address is not shown. It's not. Okay, good. In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Look what I've got, you Muppets. Look what I've got from Walmart. I've got this from Walmart, you Muppets. Walmart. That's what we've got. So, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, it's not Miss Piggy. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's not Miss Piggy. We'll have to wait a little bit for that. But we have got... Again, let me make sure that I remove any address. Thank you. Because I don't want to create some situations. There we go. Thank you very much. Just checking. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to check it off camera very quickly. Let me see. Yeah, it's good. All right. So we've got a box. We've got a box, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to get this secret unboxing for the noble ones only. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here and sharing this moment. I'm very excited about it. Box. Very excited about it. In 3, 2, 1. And we got it. Switch 2, ladies and gentlemen. Unboxing of Switch 2. We've got the Switch 2. We're going to check it together. We're going to open it together. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Switch 2 it is. The Switch 2 has arrived. And I'm actually excited. Bring back the bag. The bag is fine. Oh, yeah. Before actually we dive into this, the bag came with 2 things extra. For some reasons, they gave me a Coke. They gave me a Coke off-brand. They gave me an off-brand Coke. So it came with this. I don't know why, but appreciate. Secondly, we got this, a limited edition Pringles cheddar cheese. Who do they think I am? Who do they think I am? But hey, if you placed your order with Walmart and you're still waiting for it, you'll get, I actually don't know if you're going to get cheddar. I think it's random. But yeah, here we are. I guess, thank you. I mean, I do like cheddar. I do like cheddar. My favorite is white cheddar. Make of that whatever you will. But I do like regular cheddar as well. And I do like Pringles. Non-sponsored, so don't be Muppets. And could you imagine, like, this episode is of where we talk about ancient Rome is sponsored by Pringles. That could happen. Now, oh no, this is not off-brand. Sorry, original Coca-Cola taste. For some reason, it's called James. James, Coke. We got James Bond, I suppose. So thank you, Walmart, for thinking about, you know what it could be? Because they know I'm and dehydration while I try this. Oh, no, the mic is working. It's working. Fixed? Okay, thank you. Apologize for that. So as I was saying, maybe what they're trying to do is, because I'm a gamer, they're afraid that I'm going to die of dehydration and starvation. So they gave me some food and they gave me a Coke. James Bond's Coke. Excuse me. There we go. They gave me James, and so I'll be drinking this while I'll be eating Pringles. Let's cut into it. Let's cut into it, guys. Let's cut into it. James Coke, that's great. Yeah, I thought it was nice. I thought oh gosh, the Cocatron sounds a bit problematic. But anyways, let's go. Let's open this and let's have a look. I'm actually excited for this. For some reasons, something happened to it. Someone like you showed me that they live by the blade, and I appreciate that. I can honor that. I can honor the fact that while you were doing whatever you were doing, I was practicing the blade. You know, we always appreciate that. Okay, this is the strangest unboxing I've ever seen, where the YouTuber in question doesn't even know. Oh, there we go. Found it. Let's go. Well, let me lower the mic a little bit. Let's try to be professional for once in my life. Okay. All right. So, let's see what we get in here. Oh no, I know. I did see that in mic, but now it's fine. All right, let's open it. Yeah, I can see. I'm actually monitoring the bar, so I can see it. Don't worry about it. All right, so let me turn it around. We get, ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Interesting packaging, ladies and gentlemen. So this is, of course, for the controllers. Another bag inside a bag with a bag. So we got this, the Switch 2 version of, you know, where you control a deck, whatever it's called, I don't know. Is this a birthday present? I'm not quite sure, actually. Maybe. I mean, we would have got it anyways, because I got one and my wife got one. She got the Mario Kart version, and then she's downstairs playing with it. All right, let's move on to the main dock. And I'm gonna make a few videos on the gaming channel where I'll compare sizes and everything, but just to have an idea, this is what the Switch 2 dock looks like, and it's definitely sturdier than the original Switch, 100%. Yeah, and looking good. We've got 2 USB to one side. Can it be opened in the back like the original? Maybe, but I don't want to risk it for now. I'll figure it out later. But anyways, this is the dock. Don't remove the screen protector. No, I won't. I won't. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, I've owned a few switches. What else do we have? This. Okay, so this is a magnificent AC adapter, I guess. Let's go. So we got this. Nice, with the Nintendo thing written on it, and it's a USB-C. See? And then this is the cable, still USB-C on both sides. Splendid. And then, ooh, holy moly. All right, so wait. Man, that's much bigger than I thought. You know, when you see it in pictures, this is an iPad. Gosh, look at that. Let's have a look. All right. So, wow, this is huge. Not heavy though. I'll have to see if it's heavier than the original Switch. Maybe it is, but it's not really heavy. This is massive. Man, it's another bag. Yeah, I know. So what have we got? The sides, of course. Oh yeah, because they click. The controllers click. They're not inserted. It's kind of different. I love that one side is red, as you can see, with a plus, and the other side is light blue. So that's what we got. How much it was? Yeah, I think it was about $500. It's a write-off. You know, I'm making videos about it, so it's a write-off. Would I have bought it if I couldn't write it off? Probably not. But perks of the job. I am looking forward to play it though. So same at the bottom when it comes to the original Switch. That's where you connect for power to recharge it. So it's the same. We got two pretty big speakers, in fact. And I don't think it's OLED, no, but the resolution is higher than the original Switch. I do believe they go for a Switch OLED later on. Okay, so now let's have a look at these, because I'm interested, I'm intrigued. What I'm not intrigued about is the ability of using these as a mouse. Come on, get out of here. No one is ever going to do that. But regardless, so the Joy-Cons, finally I remember the name. As you can see, the Joy-Cons now are fully black, or dark gray really. But I kind of like the fact that they have an accent in the original color, like blue and red again. And if you, I guess, move these ones around, and these feel... I'll give this to Nintendo. Nintendo pisses me off when it comes to their pricing practices, but I have to give them that this does feel very premium. I'll give them that. That's the only thing I'm willing to tell them. But let's go. Magnetic. That was magnetic. It's 4K when docked. You're correct, and I think 1080p when held. Yeah, it's magnetic. That's pretty cool. All right, so now, how does it feel? Pretty nice. Yeah. How do magnets work? I don't know, you'll have to ask a scientist that. So we also have the option for a stand. Yeah, I mean, definitely sturdier than the first. Do you remember the first version, the first stand of the first edition of the Switch? I thought that thing was gonna break in 15 minutes. This one is actually not bad. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah, this is... okay, so one thing I do want to say about the screen is that even though it's massive, there is a bevel. So you don't get the entirety of the surface into a screen. So this is important to underline. But it is still big. So how about, now that we've unboxed it, how about I get the previous Switch, not the OLED. The OLED is downstairs. I might actually get it to just give you a full idea. But let me show you what it looks like in comparison when it comes to size to the other one. Be right back. Okay. So, my regular Switch is here. Man, this one had a massive bevel as well. I actually didn't remember that. Because I usually play it docked, I'll be honest. But here they are. So if I put it in front, you can't even see the other one. If I put it in the back, Okay, so the size difference is significant. Switch the switch. Look at this. Man, it's like daddy with son. It really looks like daddy with son, particularly because, again, this is not the OLED version. You do get definitely quite a bit of extra screen. You know what? Matt, this one is heavier. It is. That's insane. This is heavier than this. I'll have to test it on an actual scale, but the feel of it, I don't know how. This one kind of feels heavier. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it is. Is it thinner or no? Maybe it kind of looks a little thinner as well. Pretty nice. Look at this. Nintendo Gym. Yeah, the difference is substantial, at least with this version. I'll go get the OLED so I can show you the difference with that one, but with the original Switch. Yeah, this does feel like even the plastics, you know, when the plastic, sometimes depending on what rubber plastic you use, it has a touch to it. This one does. It has that touch, that feel that is like a little comforting. I kind of like it. It feels very high quality. Yeah. I gotta say, they stepped up the production with this one. I mean, after the money that they made with this, of course. I was a huge fan of the original Switch, by the way. Been playing F-Zero 99 like a maniac. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the other Switch, the OLED, just so I can show you how it looks with that one. And I will be right back. Right back. I'm back, you muppets. All right. So, the Metatron. So this is the Switch OLED instead. So first, let's compare the OLED with the regular. I did get a Coca-Cola with a name, yeah. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. So this is OLED versus regular, and you can already see that not only the OLED gives you much better quality when you play in handheld mode, because you know OLED is just better, but you also have more screen space because the OLED basically has virtually no bevel. It has a little bit, but it's almost irrelevant, really. It doesn't really matter. So now we move this one away and we compare the Switch 2 with the OLED. Okay, so the size difference is still massive, and you still get more screen regardless of the bevel present in the Switch 2. So this is a reasonable upgrade apart from all the other reasons. The only problem with this upgrade is the lack of games at the moment and the pricing on the games. So whether this is good for you or not, for a content creator, absolutely. Particularly if you do this, obviously if you do this kind of content. But for of course this is not an OLED, but the resolution is higher, so we'll turn them on and we'll check them out. My wife has been playing this. Yeah, got the Switch too, yeah. My wife has been playing this for a few hours. She doesn't report any pain or whatever because she's got her own. And anyways, pretty excited about it. Not excited about the pricing, but I am excited about the console. I'll just tell it how it is, how I feel like it. And yeah, this is looking forward to see how it works. I'm gonna have to connect it, and I'll connect it in a minute. But yeah, we'll see. So, any of you waiting for this? Let me know. I'm gonna read the comments now to see what you guys think, and I'll probably charge it in a little bit. Let me have a look at what you guys think. Let's go. Freeman says, Metatron, when are you having experts, archaeologists, historians on? Really want to listen to your question. Yeah, we will. Probably either next week or the week after. We are planning on doing that. Totally. You still need a PS5. I think you should be able to get, if you're okay with a base PS5 and you don't care about the Pro or the 30th anniversary edition, you should be able to get a base PS5 for a decent amount. What's your budget, Lady Jennifer? How much are you willing to spend for a PS5? Hard pass? Yeah, I understand that, Trampire. Absolutely. I'm not saying it's for everyone. I will make content with it, so that justifies it in my eyes. But as a regular consumer, either they drop the price a bit, or they come out with bangers. It's one of the two, right? To justify the price, you're gonna need some like proper bangers. Thank you, Free. Saint Nicholas, this is my first super chat. Thank you so much. Your birthday is over, yes, but not your fan base generosity. You're amazing. Thank you so much for all you do, standing for truth and sources and being inspirational. Here is a start on your inevitable Wood Elf army. Hey, okay, I'll do that. I'll commit. I promise you that I'll use the $20 to get some Wood Elves. How about that? Because the reason why he's saying that is because I have a High Elf army and a Dark Elf army for Warhammer. And so, yeah, Wood Elf is what I need. So I get the Holy Trinity of elves for elven supremacy. Yeah. You want a red one? Yeah, we'll have to see if they come up with... I don't know how they're going to do it, though, because at the moment it looks like the colors are inside. So I wonder if they are actually going to make Joy-Cons that are colorful outside. If they are, I'll probably swap. I'll probably buy something, because I always like... That's why mine right now is full blue, my previous Switch, because blue is my favorite color. So I decided to go for full blue, but I also have a green Joy-Con, and sometimes I enjoy swapping and doing like a blue-green combination. That's something I enjoy doing for the Joy-Cons. Wood Elf unboxing when? Yeah, during one of the streams, for sure. For sure. How's the weight? Could you hold it up for 30 minutes? Totally, yeah. As I say, the wife has been playing it for hours. Usually, though, it's not like she's holding it like this. She usually just puts her elbows, of course, on your lap. So when you do this, you can totally, yeah. I don't see this to be a problem. In fact, as I say, it feels... I don't know how that's possible. Maybe it's weight distribution, because there is more material. So in theory, it should weigh more, but maybe it's better distributed, because this one feels... for some reason heavier in my hands, but I'll have to test it with a scale. It might actually be a matter of weight distribution, because if you distribute the weight right, then it will feel less heavy. It's just how it is. Pretty good. Pretty good. And again, materials feel premium. What is she playing? Some Pokemon. She was playing a Pokemon game. They got an upgrade because it's like you can play it at a higher frame rate. It's an older game, but you can play like, I think Violet she's playing. Pokemon Violet or something. But she did get the Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart World. So I think she'll try that later. Yeah. Switch Lite still superior in terms of portability. Portability, yes. Never been a huge fan of the light version, because I like the detachable Joy-Cons, and also for me, I mostly, in all these years, I played 80% of the time I played my Switch docked, and the only times I played handheld is if it's like a lazy day when you have your lemonade on the side, a bag of chips or crisps, and you stay in bed, sure, or when I travel. But then again, I'm probably not the typical consumer. I guess a lot of people use it handheld. My wife mostly uses it. I think predominantly uses it handheld instead. Completely different. Which is why she upgraded to the OLED. I didn't, because I didn't care. I just keep it docked, so I didn't mind that. But she did upgrade for the OLED when it was, whenever it came out, and she sold her previous Switch. Yeah. Couples cart, yeah. Right. So you're reading the ways more. It must be better distributed because that's the first feel I had. When, particularly if I use one hand, this feels like strangely heavy. When I lift this one, yeah, it must be a weight distribution thing. It has to be. Yeah. Yeah, that will be your Metatron's Academy, Bob. Absolutely. We'll do that. Maybe I can have Evil Dia as a content creator that does a lot of interesting content on languages, and be nice to have like a live stream when he teaches me a little bit of Esperanto since he's fluent in that language and I know nothing. So that could be a fun one to do. I hate that you don't own your own console makes the switch to a hard. Yeah, I understand that in the games. I don't think they say you don't own the console. I think they say you don't own the games. I hate that statement personally. It's stupid. Walmart employees were stapling into the screens. What do you mean by stapling? Like they were breaking them? I don't know. I haven't seen that. Walmart was the easiest to place as an order. We didn't even try Best Buy. And I think Target was crazy. Like, it didn't work. It kept breaking. So we just gave up on that. And we ordered on Walmart. That's what we did. They did say that you don't hold the whole console. They're out of their minds. They're ridiculous. If that's what they said, then they're ridiculous. What do you mean? I pay for it. It's mine. That's how it should be. It should be common sense. I don't know why these companies do this kind of stuff. I really don't get it. Ridiculous. Oh, they can brick it. I see. So that's what they try. But would they brick it for what? For cheating? For what would they brick it? Because, I mean, they did do that with the Xbox 360 at one point. Remember that a friend of mine, I think he was doing something that he had like pirate software, and then the console noticed it while you were at the system, noticed it while you were online, and then you would get bricked. Modding, you say. I wonder why they do that. I honestly don't see it. Breaking TOS? Ooh, that's a dangerous precedent. It is anti-consumer behavior. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. You will own nothing and will be angry. Yeah, it's a better version, better iteration of that statement, right? I have a PC. That's where I'm streaming now. I think some people like the Nintendo brand, though, regardless of the nonsense. It's just some people are fans. And they also like the fact that it's portable. The Switch has been a fantastic design. It was genius. When they came out with it, it was genius. One of the best-selling consoles ever. I have a lot of hours on the Switch. Yeah. Yeah, I love modding on PC, absolutely. Stellaris, and I play it with something like, my gosh, 220 mods. Yeah, I mean, I do have a lot of mods on my Skyrim. Of course, all of the Imperials look like ancient Romans and that kind of stuff. I loved modding it like that. Adding a lot of armor and stuff. It's fun. Totally. Yeah. Nintendo's been the only consistent thing throughout your life. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, but then Sega is out of the game, isn't it? I mean, they still make games, so at least they're not, but they're out of the console wars. They ended with Dreamcast, which was a shame because Dreamcast was a great console. I own one. I have it right there. I just bought a game for it the other day. Stellaris is intense. I think I know which one it is. I watched a 4 hours video. Well, I started watching a 4 hours video that explained to you how to play Stellaris, and it literally felt like I was preparing for a university exam. I'll be honest with you. Oh gosh, no. It's just one of those things. Have you ever played Skyrim on Stormcloak's side? Yeah, I did. But I'm an Imperial at heart. What can I tell you? I'm an Imperial at heart. It's one of those things. Yeah, Freeman, I did see the Flint Dibble had an Italian archaeologist debunking pseudo-archaeology. No, I didn't know that she's Italian. I saw that he said he was debunking Italian pseudo-archaeology, but I didn't know that the... I'll have to watch that episode and see what they say. Maybe it's the one time that I'll agree. Who knows? Because, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it, with that situation with the 3 scientists. So, long live the Empire. That's what I say too. me see how we're doing. Yeah. I'm closing tabs because I don't need to have all these tabs up. There we go. Nice. Okay. Cool. How many days is that? What is? Missed the DS, 3DS. I still have them, Kristen. I play them sometimes. 3DS was gimmicky. But at least it didn't give me a headache. I know some people reported headaches when they were using the 3D function. I don't get headaches, but it does get a little tiring after a while. Yeah, I still have the regular DS too. Is it called a 2DS now? I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo 64 is connected over there to the CRT. That was a great console. 007 GoldenEye being one of the best games they had on that console. But they have I mean, Zelda, I've got a few. Pretty good. Did you try Mace? The Dark Ages? That was a good game too. Yeah, exactly. 2DS is basically oh, it's the 3DS without the 3D function. So when you lower the, I see. Yeah. Yeah, Mace was good. I remember the medieval guy with the flail and the shield. I liked him. Or the big Chaos Knight with the red armor and the longsword. Yeah, Mace was. Sorry for that. I'm still waiting on the cable to arrive. I did buy it though. No, I was saying I do remember renting this game from Blockbuster. Man, do you remember when we used to do that? Hail the Metatron. I think I might have a physical copy. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I do. I do have a physical copy. I do have a physical copy. Here it is. The Metatron did nothing wrong. There you go. Yeah. I also love, when it comes to the N64 boxes, I love the four colors that represent the console. Because you got the green side, you got the blue side, and then red and yellow. I always loved that about these boxes, which is why I like treasuring them. Yeah. So live by the sword, kill for the mace. That's, yeah. Cool game. Cool game. Yeah. Still a nice game. You have a copy of Manhunt. I don't remember Manhunt. Honestly. I remember Duck Hunt, but not Manhunt. Yeah. You never knew about the color? Yeah, it's the four colors of the Nintendo 64. And then every case has the four colors. Yeah. Duck Hunt for the win in Smash Bros. Man, Duck Hunt was ridiculous. With the dog laughing at you whenever you missed with the zapper. By the way, if any of you remembers the zapper gun, right? Since we're talking about that. This stream is all over the place, but that's me, alright? Which one did you have? Gray or orange? Gray or orange? And after this, we're doing a poll. But first I need to know. Gray or orange, guys? Which one did you have? Orange, yeah? Same for me, orange. The gray was the original model. Because I don't know if you never noticed this, but the gray has the same color palette as the NES. That's why it's dark gray and light gray, just like the NES, the original NES. So like if I open a tab and do this, yeah, it's the same. It's an obvious thing, but it's the same color palette. And then the Nintendo has a little bit of orangey red when it comes to the logo, and then the original Zapper was basically the same thing, but then they had to change it, I think for laws, and they swapped it to orange because it needed to look more like a toy and less like a real firearm to avoid problems. Basically, I think that's what it was. So this is version 2, and I had the orange one. I don't even know if they even allowed the gray one in Italy, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if I've never seen a gray one until I came to the US. I'm not muted. I shouldn't be muted now. Yeah. Now I have both. La 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 la. Yeah, now I have both. You didn't know that there were orange ones? Wow. And yeah, this is it. But now it's time, guys. To me, the orange one looks better, but I'm not a huge fan of gray. I'll give you that. So even if they did the entire NES orange, I wouldn't have minded. But here we are. Although then again, for nostalgia now, this is the color that I remember. Of course, that's the color I want. You remember the Super Scope? That was for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I remember it. The rocket launcher, which we called a bazooka because we didn't know that that word is actually incorrect. This one, man, do I remember this one? This one stayed gray. I think no one actually thought that this could have ever been mistaken for a real rocket launcher, I suppose. Do you remember that? Yeah, I loved it. I remember this like puzzle game with crystals and you needed to shoot the crystals. Yeah, it was legendary. I never had a Nintendo glove. I'm aware of it. Never had it though. Yeah. Man, Super Scope. With the box and whatnot. I'll have to find one. I'll honestly have to find one for collecting purposes. I do have the Zapper, but both of them. And they work, by the way. I tested them. I tested them on the ducks of Duck Hunt, and they work. Works great. Still works great, but of course you have to use it with an original CRT. Otherwise it doesn't work, the technology, as far as I know. So yeah, okay, poll time. Virtual Boy. Oh, I need to do an episode on the Virtual Disaster Boy. But still, forward thinking, I'll give him that. Before that, we're going to do a poll, guys. We're going to do a poll. So I'm going to go get something else. And then we're going to poll it just like yesterday. And we'll see what the chat prefers. And that will be displayed. So you will have control over my room. Because I'm going to display the one you like the most. So, when it comes to Chun-Li, my friends, we're going to poll it. When it comes to Chun-Li, we have two options today. From Jada Toy. Sorry, I'm having a little... There we go. We got original blue Chun-Li or player 2 Chun-Li in red. So let's have a closer look. I love Jada Toys, by the way. Yesterday we did this with Guile. So, I'm going to do the poll. I know that some people are already writing ideas and opinions, but we need to poll it. We need to poll it, and before we poll it, I need to put on the music. So, I'm going to go into YouTube, and we're going to type Chun-Li stage music. And then, boom. Okay. So we got a little Chun-Li music, ladies and gentlemen. We got a red versus blue. And we're going to start the polls right now. We're going to start the polls right now. And whoever wins, that's going to be the Chun-Li I'm going to display on my little cabinet that I've got in the back there. So let's start on YouTube first. We're going to do start a poll. Which Chun-Li is the best, you Muppets? We got red. Well, we'll do blue or red? Start poll. And then we're going to do a poll here on Twitch. Same. Blue, red. Give you 3 minutes. Start the poll. You're in charge, guys. You're in charge of my man cave now. Let's see what happens. Music, please. Oh, sorry. I need to turn this on. We need music. We need music. In 3, 2, 1. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have a drink. She's actually gonna change in the middle there. She's actually gonna change. Don't be a muppet and hit the like button. I appreciate that. She's got thick thighs, but then again, tell her to her face. Power to the people. Who's gonna win? Ha! Ooh, we actually got a representation right there of what the red would have looked like. Logged in just to vote blue, I appreciate that. Well, let's have a look. Blue or red, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see which one gets displayed. Yeah, she works out alright. Actually, the grey one is the one I like the least. Whenever I push the button, because you can never understand which button when you select the characters gives you what color. There's no pattern, no consistency. Sometimes I forget, I push a button and then I get the grey one and I'm like, no, now I'm gonna lose. So then I can reselect and get a color I like. And then I'll tell you which one I like the most. Almost at the end, almost at the end. Let's restart it. We get a little more music, maybe in full screen now. Why not? Why not, ladies and gentlemen? We're almost there, almost there. Yeah. The moment blue is leading, definitely leading. Goodness gracious. And boom, end poll. All right, so the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube with 69% blue, 30% red. Blue is the winner, 76 votes. And on Twitch, 73%, even higher, for blue, 27% for red. So blue is the winner, and blue is going to be displayed on my display. And I'll take a picture and I'll post it on Twitter later. And yeah, blue is the winner. And you know what? I agree with you guys. I agree with you. Like, look, I can see whatever they want. I can see that whatever the red one is interesting because it represents maybe China a little more and whatnot, whatever you like. But blue is blue. It's legendary. Blue Chun-Li is absolutely legendary. So that's the one, as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course it's 69% because you're Muppets. Okay, maybe let's move Chun-Li out of the way. We need to kind of fix the mess. Fix the mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do now for the rest of the stream is I'm going to switch, not the rest of the stream, but now we're going to switch to the members only chat section of the stream, which we always do. And for about 30 or maybe 20 minutes today, we'll do a 20 minutes for the members so that members can ask questions, be a little bit the middle of the stream. And of course, people on Twitch always welcome to stay because I will still read a little bit. But let me see what you think and hear your opinions, dear members. But first and foremost, let's see who's going to be the last regular chat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the winner is German Big Tom. German Big Tom. Guess I should rewind to the start and play at 2 times speed. I mean, you could do that if you want. Thank you. And for everyone else now,
welcome to the inner circle.
Thank you very much, Noble Ones, for becoming members of the channel. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, based or biased, hopefully based, let me move the microphone. So I might mute myself, but I'm going to reattach it if that's the case. I do need to move it a little bit. Okay, so I got in and let's see. Have you ever delved into Knights Templars or Freemason? Knights Templars, yes, totally. We're back, guys. Thank you very much for anyone who has become a member so far. Really appreciate that. And I'm going to produce a few videos. By the way, today's video, the one I just posted with Honor, Dr. Honor, the ancient historian, I don't remember the surname, Martin, Dr. Martin. I had to heavily cut it because it got a copy claim because of the movie sections. But I still have the original version, which also shows Life of Brian, and then I add more commentary to it, and so does she. The integral uncut version will be posted as a members-only video because, I mean, I'm not going to make any money from that, but at least I can use it for the members since, yeah, exactly, Honor, Kajil, Martin. And so you'll have access to that. That was the one that I was going to post initially, but it was impossible. Like, it kept getting copy claimed. It was driving me nuts. So at least members will have access to that. And also, still for members, I'm going to do a poll soon where we're going to decide what the next video specifically produced for you guys, members, Muppets only. And so, yeah, I'll give you the 4 ideas that I have, and then you guys choose among the members which one is going to be made first. I'm still going to make all of them, but we'll see which one goes first. You will have complete control over that as members of the channel. And then, as always, you get the extra members chat only parts of live streams. And tomorrow is members only stream. So what's going to happen tomorrow is that we start the stream with everyone as usual. And then as we go through the stream, we will have entire blocks that will be, a lot of the stream will be dedicated to the members, but I'll keep reopening it here and there. A bit like we do this in reverse, basically, for Fridays. So if you have been considering becoming a member of the channel, please become a member now. And thank you very much for anyone who gifts memberships, of course. You're always very generous, and I appreciate that. And glory to Pompey, ladies and gentlemen, says OG. And we always raise our hands. Glory to Pompey. Thoughts on if Morathi was always evil? Are you talking about... yeah, well, is it the guy from Sherlock Holmes? Or am I getting confused? How do these React channels get away with posting after movie on YouTube? I guess they do a dispute, but these disputes can take up to 37 days. And I can't wait for 37 days as a daily uploader. So that's why I guess I don't get away with it. I suppose if they don't have a schedule like that, and they post only ever so often, then they could do that and just wait for the 37 freaking days. That's the maximum. Sometimes it takes less than that, but it can take up to 37 days, which is ridiculous. I did study the Chinese Three Kingdoms era, yes, back at university though, so it's been a while. But yeah, totally. I studied all of the dynasties. Thank you, Brentias, for becoming a member, and welcome to the inner circle, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, DMCA is crazy on YouTube. Ginger Baker. You're absolutely right. That's also why I've been streaming a little more on Twitch. And then I'm going to start doing multi-streams. I mean, I already do multi-streams. This is a multi-stream. In fact, I want to say hi to Twitch. Hello. Blue is a good color, but I do like both, says Vote Shall. Oh, yeah, no, I like red Chun-Li too. I just prefer blue. But yeah. I have to do it in the voice. You're absolutely right.
Welcome to the inner circle, you muppet.
Today I didn't use the angel voice, did I? I'll use it in a little bit. We've got a lot of voices on this channel. We've got a lot of voices. Imagine someone joining now and they see the Super Nintendo scope. We might need a different background. Let's put the NES as a background. How about that? We need to use one of the video filters as well. How about we go for a little bit into a VHS? Ooh, wow. And you gotta give me this one. Give me this one for 2 minutes, and then I'll revert back. And then I'll revert back. Good to have you here, Brentias. Appreciate the support. Well, yeah, I mean, there is a way to circumvent it, but I know how to circumvent it. It's what I did with the video posted today. That one didn't get any copy claim, but I had to severely cut the pieces of the movie. So, like, I know how to do it as an editor, but it's really annoying. And there are situations where there is no way around and you have to dispute it. And I dispute it every single time. It just takes time. Unless you get whitelisted. So it's also possible that they got whitelisted. I did get whitelisted from Oversimplified, for instance. They did whitelist me, and basically I can always react to them and I don't get anything. Yet time is money, exactly. Particularly with a channel like mine. Because there are channels that post like, I don't know, twice a month, and they still make good money because their uploads make a lot of views, get a lot of views. But one thing that people don't understand, because I've seen like, and of course, when it's detractors, it's not like they're literally performing a serious analysis of a channel performance when they say things such as, oh, well, for a channel with 980,000 subscribers, Metatron gets horrible views, blah. They do that, and it's not like a real analysis. It's just they're trying to find a way to insult you. I don't care, though, what they think, because that due to the fact, it's true that if you look at every single upload, my views are a little bit on the low side. Sometimes they go up depending on the upload, but usually you would expect a little higher. But it's a choice. What I mean by that is, if I didn't post every day, it's possible that the views will be higher per single upload, but the overall revenue would be severely lower. So at the end of the day, honestly, what do I care? It's not like I need to prove something to these people that hate me anyways. I noticed, having tested for a few years, I noticed that if I post twice a week, so that's 8 uploads a month, which is what I used to do up to about a year ago, last August, then what happens is I have a certain amount of revenue with AdSense. But if I post every day, like I've been doing for the last 9 or 10 months, that amount of revenue, even though single views per upload are lower, the revenue is 4 times higher. So why would I care that people point the finger and laugh? Well, who's laughing now? Like, you know what I mean? Not to mention, thanks to you guys, even though some months the views are not great, depending on the situation, but thanks to membership support, you really helped me to be able to make videos sometimes just because I like it, or because you like it, and we don't have to worry having 30 slots. I can also make videos that I know are not going to get views, but simply because you ask, and then I want to do, or maybe because I like it. So we upload a video, 2 videos, 3 videos that don't do well, but who cares, because there is membership support to really justify the production anyways. To me, that's the best thing when it comes to content production. Now, given, if I could get 500,000 views on every upload, fantastic, yeah, of course. But it's not like you can always have everything when it comes to it. I'm happy where I am. I'm okay with the views right now. I wish they were a little higher, but it's okay. Yeah, why not 1 million views? Well, at the end of the day, every month I generate 3.8 million views on the platform. So the million views are generated. I just generate them little by little, plus the archive. That's how it works. So believe it or not, if you have a channel that posts twice a month and their videos get 1 million views per upload, so they generate 2 million views plus back catalog, I'm actually getting more views on the platform, even though each single upload might be 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, with the occasional 150,000, 200,000. They do happen sometimes. Believe it or not, when you actually look at the data, I'm producing more. Therefore, there is more AdSense because there are more ads shown. That's how it is. So, yeah. Yeah, it's possible we'll go to a completely digital economy, Ginger. I do see that happening eventually. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oversimplified just got to subscribe. Yeah, they're great. They're great. He whitelisted the channel. He said they have no problem. In fact, I did get occasionally, when I do the React videos to Oversimplified that are highly transformative in nature anyways, occasionally I get one or two of their fanboys saying, you're stealing their content. I'm like, do you realize that the owner, the producer, doesn't have a problem with it? We spoke on Twitter, and he's like, oh yeah, totally, I like your reacts. Yeah, you can do them, totally, no problem. If he doesn't have a problem with it, why should you? At that point, you know? So it's one of those situations, but you get those. I like Oversimplified a lot. That's why I made my video where I was like, is Oversimplified dangerous? And I don't think it is. And you know, when I think that some historical education, if they get things wrong, or if they have a message, I do say that sometimes it can be dangerous. But with a channel that is literally telling you on the title, Oversimplified, and then it's a cartoon, no, I'm not going to have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with them. Yeah. Do we that have premium cost you in AdSense, or do we get no? I get a cut. So whenever someone who has YouTube Premium watches one of my videos, they generate a separate item into the revenue report that I get every month, and so you generate revenue regardless. So even if you don't watch ads, I'm still getting a cut of your subscription when you kind of watch my content, and it generates revenue. So yeah, that helps. Premium helps as well. Totally. But thank you for caring. By the way, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I like Oversimplified. They're pretty good. They did get the Roman swords messed up. That's fine, but it's fine. I mean, I corrected it, and I think that not a problem. At that point, it's corrected, not a problem. But could you imagine if you could hit 1 million views per upload? I mean, there are channels that do that. But those guys are millionaires. Yeah. Yeah, things could escalate. I think it's a lot of government control when everything goes digital. If they remove all forms of cash and everything is digital, then everything is traceable. There could be some pros in the sense that if everything is digital, it's harder to steal money and it's easier to track it. But at the same time, we need to be careful because it also means more control when it comes to the government, and then hopefully that's not connected to anything like hate speech laws or stuff like that, like where we have control over your money. So if you say something, we block, we freeze your account. That can already happen, but if everything goes into digital, you will have to see. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Incorrect source is unacceptable. No, I mean, that was a very niche thing. I mean, I can see why they wouldn't find the sources. It took my team to quite a bit of digging to figure out why they were wrong on the sources. So I can understand. I mean, I don't know if he does all the research or if he pays researchers. I'd be more than happy to help him out with my team for free. I wouldn't want to be paid. If Oversimplified ever, not that I'm like big shot guy, there are other people that can do it better than me, but I would definitely offer Oversimplified to review some of the data for him, and I would totally do it. Not a problem, to help out, just making sure that people get the full context and the most correct representation of whatever Roman thing that they're doing or medieval. Absolutely. But I've never seen him push politics, so I'm good. Even if they make some mistakes in the animations, it's fine. Yeah. I do watch Black Mirror. The new season, though, they have some weird messages in it. So I kind of got bored very quickly. The first season was better for me. I liked it more. What can you do? Hi, the world 1222. It's good to have you here. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, electronic money. If everything is in it, you have to be careful with hackers. Absolutely, Spencer. Yeah. Black Mirror infuriates you because you're a political scientist. It's very dystopian. Yeah, it's basically sci-fi. Yeah, it's sci-fi. Absolutely. I'm actually less worried about the sci-fi aspect of it, and I'm more worried about inner messages that they're trying to push. Sci-fi, sci-fantasy, yeah. Science fantasy, that's an interesting one. Man, look at this trio. Look at this trio. Nice one. We'll have to pull it at one point. Which one is the best? 100%. So let me tell you about tomorrow. On tomorrow's stream, we're gonna review Joe Rogan, and I kind of want to give you a little anticipation, just a little bit. Let me see. Okay. So, tomorrow... Oh, sorry, I still have the effect. Let me remove it. All right. Hello. Anyways, tomorrow, we're going to look at this situation. So, Joe Rogan had this guest, and they were discussing these specific hieroglyphs. And as you can see, when you look at them, one looks like a helicopter, one looks like some kind of flying tank, and the other one looks, or some people call it a submarine, and then the other one looks like a spaceship. Tomorrow I have a full presentation already prepared, and we're going to look at it tomorrow. We're going to discuss it. And however, I do have to say, for those of you who are interested, I'm also going to react to him, to the section, but I'll only do it at the end, and I'll do it on Twitch. And the reason for that is because Joe Rogan always gets me a copyright claim. Now they lift it, but I cannot do it during the I cannot do it live, at least on YouTube, because the stream gets blocked. So tomorrow we're going to have a full presentation. We're going to dive deeply into two specific structures of ancient Egypt: the tomb of Seti I and the temple of Seti I. These are two separate in two different locations. I'll share both, and we'll look at some of the art, and then we'll also use it to deep dive into several arguments and topics that have to do with ancient Egypt. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And yeah. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. But as I say, unfortunately, I'll do everything on YouTube and in multi-stream with Twitch, the whole presentation. We'll see the hieroglyphs. I'll tell you what they said, and then we'll discuss it. But then it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, it's going to be great. I've got some papers that from the University of Florence, specifically on the cartouche and several of the hieroglyphs involved, and some of the art and colors used and the pigments. Also to respond to a few creators that have been pushing ideas when it comes to the original colors. I've got some very strong data. And then we'll discuss, and we'll give you a good explanation, a good possible explanation of why those hieroglyphs look so intriguing, because they do. And it's going to be good. But but at the very end, after we have done the whole presentation and we enjoy it, we talk with chat, we'll do the usual stuff, then I will transfer to Twitch for the very end. So hopefully you can follow me on Twitch in that situation from YouTube, and then we'll actually watch the episode after having the full knowledge and context. We'll watch that section of the episode. It's like a clip, so it's like 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll react to it in a regular capacity. Unfortunately, normally I would have started with it, but I can't do it because of YouTube and DMCA, but we will do it this way, kind of other way around, and I still think it's going to be interesting. You can't wait, Dan? Yeah, it's going to be good, Dan. I'm going to give some good information, I think, on those two specific, because there is an interesting city, and then there is the Valley of Temples. It's going to be good. I just have to find workarounds. You don't use Twitch? I'm sorry to hear that, Lady Jennifer. Well, if you do not use Twitch, then do remember that every time we do these kind of article readings or reaction sections, I always end up doing a supercut that turns out as a regular upload on YouTube. It's just that you'll have to wait for it because I'll upload it and it will get copyright claimed, and then I have to... Usually Joe Rogan is fast though. He usually removes the copyright claim, his team, within 2 to 3 days. So probably will be posted after, like, tomorrow we go live, probably next week. That's how it's gonna be. But yeah, talking about Twitch, because we do a lot of gaming on Twitch, I would like to give you the link to the Twitch channel in case you want to follow. I'm almost at 5,000 followers. Like, literally, I'm just a few followers from 5,000. I'll tell you exact number, but we're almost there. So I would really appreciate it, guys, if you could come follow me on Twitch. We do a lot of games. It's very fun. Let me put it here. 1 second. I'm double. I am double. I'm the man. I have doubled. But yeah, as you see, 4.9, but it's like 950 something. I'm only like 50 followers to 5,000. And so for those of you who do have Twitch, I would really appreciate. How many members? Members 626 on YouTube. No, 620 something on YouTube. So we're getting close to 650 members on YouTube, which I really, really appreciate, by the way. It's very, I very much appreciate it. I can tell you the exact number now. I'll tell you the exact number so we know. So number of members. Let me see if I can see it. 1 moment, please. How many super noble ones do we have? Memberships. We have got 659. Man, it's higher than I thought. So we are actually going towards 700. We're actually going towards 700 members. That's incredible, guys. I don't know how to thank you for that, by the way. That is incredible. So thank you again, everyone who's become a member today and in the last few days. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. And thank you, Judah, for sending a Metatron membership. There you go. Appreciate that. Thank you. And Giwas got a membership, so welcome to the inner circle, my friend. Yeah, Iron Maiden shirt. Totally. Here he is. Next time I'll wear a Metallica shirt. How about that? I know exactly, Nicholas. Reddit does say that I don't have a team and I just make them up. Which I'm like, I just sent 1,800 euros to Italy to pay just one of the members of the team. But apparently, I'm just doing it out of my own imagination. How long do free memberships last? I think it's a month unless they get renewed. I believe it's a month, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Something like that. I have you on both screens, one on YouTube and one on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Really cool. Really appreciate it. Thank you. How is Project PCI going? I haven't found all the endings. It's still there. I mean, it's which endings did you find, Judah? Because I think you have ending A, B, C, and then the secret ending D. It's 4 endings. They're all it's all complete, by the way. It is there. Yeah, Prime. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. The way that works on Twitch is that if you subscribe with Prime, you have 1 free subscription if you are Amazon Prime. And so you have 1 free subscription. So you can subscribe for free and I get paid from Prime the full amount. So it's a great way to support the stream, absolutely. The streams. And thank you very much, Yersinia. Wow, Yersinia festus. That's a reference to the Yersinia pestis bacterium, I guess. Thank you so much for gifting a subscription on Twitch. Very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Sorry for the ads, by the way. I try to keep the ads the lowest possible, by the way, but it is what it is. Thank you, Jacob, for becoming a member of the channel. Very much appreciated. I wonder if this week we can hit 700 members on YouTube. That would be incredible. I mean, yesterday alone, 127 subscribers on Twitch. My mind was blown. My mind was blown. And then I think my best day on YouTube with members was 75, which was incredible. Absolutely. Any question you have, Brentius, feel free to ask. I can give you a behind the scenes perspective on anything you want. Oh, thank you. If you can give him the link, I would appreciate that, Chips. Thank you for that. Yeah, Prime is great. Yeah, but for us on streamers on Twitch, there's no difference between a Prime subscriber and a regular subscriber. So whichever you prefer, I appreciate. Usually, I play a lot of games at night on Twitch, but I always multi-stream. And as I say, there are specific streams that I cannot do on YouTube that I end up doing on Twitch only. Usually, they involve Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, and all these kind of reacts. That, or like if there is a little bit of a movie, usually Twitch is more lenient when it comes to that for some reasons. So yeah. I need to get a couple of new games. You gotta help me figure it out what games we're gonna get. I was thinking something like maybe Expedition 33 should be one of the games that I'd like to get. Let me have a look. It's basically like a late birthday, because yesterday I was busy, so I didn't really have time to buy any games for the birthday, because yesterday was my birthday, right? And Expedition 33 looks very promising, so I'm actually considering. I would get it for PC, for Steam, so I can stream it more easily and play it with you, but go through the game with you guys. But it really looks interesting, so this might be one of the games. And then I'd like to find another horror game, because I love the little indie horror games. They're not expensive anyways. I love playing those. Maybe another one of the Fears to Fathom could be a good one to play one of these nights. Possibly. Thank you for sharing the link. I appreciate that, Chips. Very much appreciated. So yeah, Expedition 33. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Of course, it's not all about the graphics, but it's the art style also that really draws me in. And people say it has an incredible story, and the boss battles, I've been told, are really good. Even the wife was considering it. She's like, oh, I don't know. Let me know if it's good. I might want it too. So I might have to buy it twice. It's just one of those things, I suppose. Am I right? Metatron is Genji or Farah, more viable in combat if a cyber ninja could happen. Gosh, Farah because she can fly. I mean, Genji is great, but I'm gonna say Farah at that point. She can fly. Have you seen Anvil Empire per Siege Camp? No, I haven't. If a little helps, absolutely. I should have joined during the live stream. No problem. I like the scholarly content more, but I know I'm in. Well, I do everything. I mean, again, 30 uploads, 20 live streams. That's 50 times. I do a little bit of everything, really. Just pick and choose. You haven't tried it yet? Hey, talking about that, how about we check that tech demo for The Witcher and see what we think? Let's have a look. No, I can't do just scholarly content. My channel would implode. I wouldn't get any views. YouTube punishes me every time I post one. I still do, but I have to kind of space it out and post a little bit of everything. It's just how it is these days. So what have we got? The Witcher 4 Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Appreciate you still watch, thank you. What GPU? My current GPU, you mean? Do you have? Ooh, I have the 4090. 4090, that's the one I have. So it's a good gaming gig, for sure. Okay. Let's have a look. How? What's the resolution then? Must be 1080. It must be 1080. Yeah. Okay, so this looks incredible, but I don't believe tech demos because we've had some PTSD, remember that? So this looks impressive, but as you say, it's an Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. So will they actually be able to deliver this on a base PS5, a 60? It's gotta be 1080p. It's gotta be 1080p. Looking good though. Man, look at the density of the foliage. Okay. Okay. All right. You know how he mentioned that there is going to be 60 frames per second? He didn't mention resolution, which is, there's no way this is 4K on a PS5. If you have a powerful computer, I would expect that. And they mentioned ray tracing, but do remember that just because you have ray tracing, it doesn't mean that it's the best ray tracing. Because the difference between, for instance, do you remember that game set in Tokyo? I don't remember the name of it, but it's incredible. It's like Tokyo at night, and it has incredible ray tracing. But you can see, like, if you just see the PS5 version, it looks good. But when you put it right next to a computer in full ray tracing, then you can see that this is a massive difference. Just because there is ray tracing, it doesn't automatically mean it's going to look incredible, like top level ray tracing. But still, this looks good. I mean, if it's true, I don't know if I can trust them. Do you guys trust them? You guys trust them? We'll have to see, because Cyberpunk, I mean, it looks great on PC, but how did Cyberpunk look on a base PS5? Ghostwire Tokyo, exactly, that's the game. I mean, that game looks phenomenal when it comes to the ray tracing, but I do play it. I did try it on PC, and it looked fantastic. The PS5 version was clearly dumbed down. Still good looking, though. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that does look impressive. If it's not cinematic. Yeah. Nanite geometry. Wow. Oh no, I'm providing commentary, but I just wanted him to finish the point. This does look impressive. Again, the density of foliage is impressive, if this is actually how it is. Red Dead 2 basically achieved that level of graphic and realism, so it's not unheard of. Did they do it in 60 FPS on the PS5 though? Because he did promise 60 FPS. Yeah, RoboCop was gorgeous looking, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not hearing anything. Apologies for that.
Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage.
Nanite foliage.
And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
man.
And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite.
I love
it's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render.
No.
And these dense
no, don't give me volumetric. Guys, last time I heard that word, it was the clouds, the volumetric clouds in Ark, and they were so good looking that I just couldn't progress in the game because I kept staring at the clouds. If you give me volumetric, I'm never going to leave this forest. That's a problem.
Clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. This forest looks better than KCD, too. It does. If that's what's going to look like. Let's put that massive if, because we don't know that. You don't care for graphics? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have a good story and you have good gameplay, and then you also give me good graphics with a game where the graphics are important because of exploration, then I'm happy to see it. I think it's fantastic. Of course, if you give me a game with great graphics but poor story and poor gameplay, then you can keep it. But if graphics are nice, unless it's like a more like a game that is, for instance, Zelda, Wind Waker, I don't care. I mean, I like that kind of graphics. I don't want realistic. I want cel-shaded, cute, cartoonish, and that looks good for that. Or if you give me a game that is like, it's good with 2D, it's good with 2D. It depends on the game. But for The Witcher, I think it's one of those games where if you give me ultra-realistic graphics, then it's going to help with the immersion. So it's a case by case. There are games like Cyberpunk where I think the graphics are a fantastic addition to how the story is told. And then there are games where the graphics don't matter. In fact, I would prefer it if they are more like old school. Kind of depends. And of course, I have a very expensive setup for my computing. That's true. Yeah, that's also a factor. Totally.
Bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
Yeah. I want to get back to what he just said because he did promise smooth and optimized. So I mean, if you can deliver better graphics, but it doesn't cost too much for the
Welcome
for
to
the
Valgrest. So Valgrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining.
Ooh,
It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Siri took on her current contract.
Man, the animation of each single person, how are they gonna do that? Do I even believe it? Because each single character having his own, like these are not simply scripted animations. This is great. So is this real? Wow. Did I play Assassin's Creed Chronicles China? No, I haven't. There's a combination of 2D and 3D. Yeah, it sounds good. Like, I still love playing Conan Exile, even though the graphics are considered old right now a little bit. But I don't care. It looks phenomenal to me. And it's because it has a great art style. When you have a great art style, you can have a game that is, when it comes to actual core raw power, it's a lot lower. But I will love the looks of it. It really depends. Having high-end PC helps. I run everything that I can do at 4K 120. Yeah, me too. Is it how it runs on console or lower-end PCs? Exactly true. Exactly. So we need to see. They keep talking about this optimization, but here I'm seeing incredible animations for the NPCs. You think it's 100% possible? I hope so. I really do. Maybe the only compromise for PS5 users will be the resolution. And then if you have a gaming gig, powerful computer, then you can actually play it in 4K. Maybe that will be the thing. Let's see.
High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
Yeah, let's.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valgrest has to offer.
Not her again.
Seriously. I like his armor, though. So they actively react to your character. I love that. But look at the number of people. This is another thing that I don't believe that they can keep the same number of NPCs moving and animated for the PS5 as they can for PC. There was a big difference, particularly for the old school systems. Like if you tried play Cyberpunk on a PS4, even the Pro, or on an Xbox One X, goodness gracious, that mouthful, then it was almost deserted. But maybe on a PS5, you say they could do this. Well, I'm glad that you're very optimistic. There's something I love about stylistic rendered games and older games in general. Me too, Leonidas, absolutely. Yeah, do you remember Knights of the Old Republic? The cloak looks awesome, yeah.
My gazes while I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wait, and the bear's weight grants good fortune.
Yeah, this looks impressive. Man, if this is what it looks like, never pre-order.
Pardon.
Guys, notice how
Look at the apples! Yeah, that actually reminded me of Fable. Do you remember Fable 1? Where you could do that. They're like moving around with the baskets full of apples, and then you can... Yeah, I remember that. Don't pre-order, but if they do this, I'm getting this game. Absolutely. Looks... Yeah, the cloak looks awesome. The World 122. Let's go.
responsive the world is.
It is responsive.
Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions.
Okay.
Everything is working together.
Her hair is almost as long as mine. Almost.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Wow.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it?
Man. I love the colors as well. It actually looks quite medieval with bright reds and blues and greens all over the place. Even though it's a fantasy world, it actually looks closer to real Middle Ages than Hollywood.
Silver, round ones, jingling in the purse.
It's impressive.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series Quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
Man, look at that.
Again, Wilfred.
Backdrop. Hey, little Skyrim reminiscent.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you.
I like the plait or braid.
As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as...
Let's see what everyone thinks, because it's time to reopen the chat to everyone. So let's see what everyone thinks. I'm going to reopen the chat in 5, 4. See who's going to be the... 1 second. See who's going to be the fastest in the first one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chat is open. I have to say, so far, I mean, again, if we are to believe this looks impressive. This does look impressive. I'm not an actor, I'm an actress. Well, actress, yeah. So, witcheress, I guess. Works. I don't know. She's a witcher sounds better, though, than witcheress. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. I hope we get to change our armor and I can wear some plate. I understand that the mail is part of, of that, but I hope that you can get a little bit of that. Thank you so much. So the winner is Tin de Kappa, who says, finally free speech. Hello, hello. Hello, J-Lo. Thank you so much. Good to see you back. Chat was locked away after you counted down for me. Sorry about that, Thunderwig, but you're still in the top 3. So appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right, cool. So what do you guys think so far? What does the chat think on both Twitch and YouTube? Looks impressive to me. I love the colors as well.
No surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore
Shush.
that flattened your cart and devoured your men. Quite the opposite.
Manticore.
Did he just shush a woman? That's dangerous business. We have the usual thing that we see here, the little reenactorism with the belt, which it's cool. I like it. I do it myself. But I noticed that every single reenactor of anything medieval on the planet now does that. I don't know how common it would have been in the Middle Ages. It existed, but I don't know if every single freaking belt. But here we are. Witches didn't wear plate. I know. But maybe you could do an exception for me, you muppet. I hope you can. Not enough eyeshadow? We might work on that. Oh, he's a quest giver. That's why he's safe. I understand.
No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton, not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace.
Okay.
Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon you ladies after one of those.
This is so cool.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
Look at that.
Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah.
And that's very nice. I wonder if they're this is like ice, I suppose, to keep them chill. I love this. Like, the animation is spectacular. It's epic. It is. I understand that people are like, well, but as you are saying, they didn't really... The cyberpunk thing had some problems at the beginning. Although, then again, it's still a great game. We have to say that. But yeah, I remember the cops were insane. It made no sense whatsoever. They would just spawn. It was ridiculous. So, can we believe them? Well, I just want to... I hope to be proven wrong. And I hope that they actually do all of this. And they deliver a product that is excellent. Couple of problems on day one. It always happens. But as long as they're not game-breaking, then they can patch them. I'm okay with that. I do hope that they deliver this, though, because this, look at the wicker. This looks impressive. It is, though, a tech demo, so we don't know. We'll see.
And all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity.
Look at the wine.
They should react to changes in the world around them.
Okay.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest.
Huh.
Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
Oh, so that changes what they do in the main plaza. Love it. Sometimes a prisoner, sometimes music.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd, though. Let's crank it up.
Yeah, look at the doublet the guys wearing. Good. With the hose, medieval hose. Again, color-wise.
So you are
phenomenal.
seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business.
Did you hear that? Man, that's magic. If they can pull that off, that's magic. Crazy population. Consistent 60 FPS? Holy moly.
And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
Okay.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Okay. One final check-in, guys. That was a nice halberd right there.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. Mm-hmm. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
Yeah.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans.
Let's see.
A first look at Lanexeter.
Wow. Ooh, is that what I think it is? What is that?
Onward, Kelby. With what?
that was main capital. GG, I have to give them CD Projekt Red. That was impressive. Yeah, they go into all the technical things. I usually don't react to the whole thing, so we're gonna leave it at that. But man, a Manticore, was it? Yeah, yeah. This was impressive. I hope IGN doesn't claim, because I'd like to post this on YouTube. But you're currently playing KCD2. Yeah, good. I hope you're having a good time. Man, that was impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I understand that, Judah. Absolutely understand the feeling, my friend. Yeah, this is horrible. I hate this. I have a full-time job, so I don't have enough time to play this and sleep. Well, at least you can buy it and then put it on as a decoration on the shelf. That's the curse of the working man. Am I right? Maybe you should start streaming. That could be an idea. It looked impressive. I really hope so. I really hope that that's what they're gonna deliver. But guys, if that's what they deliver, yeah, I'm in. I understand that, Joe. Yeah, totally. Oh no, of course I understand, Jasper. I did get that. It looks, yeah, I mean, that level of optimization, I hope that they do that. It could kind of raise the bar, because of course if it works, then other companies might start going on that direction, and that could be great. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna call it a night, since we did kind of a super stream with a lot of topics tonight. And I'm gonna go have some pizza, if you don't mind. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. Have a good night. Have a fantastic rest of the day, if it's still day. I don't know where you are based. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for the next live stream and the next upload as usual. Grazie mille. Thank you. And again, always have a look to see in the evening if I'm playing games on Twitch. I might be, depending on the evening. And I want to thank you for joining the stream today, making the stream fantastic. Have a great one, and glory to Pompey. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Good night. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh, thank you for the gift membership, Jasper Owens. I really appreciate that. Nice way to close the stream. I appreciate that. Thank you. Good night, guys. Bye. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.